Boop. Ah, no, wait, no, I forgot to turn on. Oh, streamer mode turned on by itself. Oh my goodness. It's been weeks. It's been weeks without that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, OBS or Discord. I don't know who I have to thank for that, but thank you so much. Ah, streamer mode turned on by default is such a blessing, and we've taken it for granted. Okay. Okay. We're here. We're ready. We're chilling. How's it going, everybody? Good to see you. We are going to be playing some Minecraft today. Surprise, surprise. You know, it's almost like that's all I play pretty much nowadays. More specifically, we're playing on my viewer joinable server, which any of you would like to join, you're more than welcome to. If you do exclamation mark IP in the chat, it will get you all the info you need. But if you just want to sit back, relax, and watch the stream, that's a-okay too. I hope that you enjoy. I do gotta turn up everything just a little. It's very slightly off. I don't know what happened to all my audio settings, but everything on my computer is just generally speaking a little quieter than what it was, which is kind of weird. SwiftDude, congrats on grabbing first on the Twitch side. Hello, hello. And Cinnamon, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I'm here again. I've changed my name to Cinnamon. What was your name beforehand, if you don't mind me asking? I unfortunately can't really see your profile picture, so I can't go off of that at the moment. Let's go another stream. Hello, Mick. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Natalia? Okay, I know who you are then. Well, it's good to see you. Welcome back. It's good to have you with us. Today we're playing on my viewer joinable server, like I mentioned. And I have a little more energy, although I am still wore out. Unfortunately, my everything is all messed up. My sleep cycle, my eating metabolism, my metabolism is messed up, and wow, that is pretty. Yeah, I'm all sorts of messed up, but it's okay. We're gonna work on the pathway today. We're gonna try to get that done. So we're gonna go through, we're gonna do all the stone. We're gonna place that throughout the entire area. And then we're gonna come back through with probably stone brick, if I had to guess. I don't know, I just know we need more because it's still looking noisy and I want it to look less noisy. So we'll see, we'll figure it out. Did you hear the songs from yesterday? Unfortunately, no, I did not get the chance to listen to the songs, but they are still in my queue. So I will be listening to them at some point. Hopefully sooner rather than later, because I do always like seeing what you guys listen to and trying it out myself, so hopefully soon. Okay, so yeah, we were doing stone and it looked like we were actually gonna do andesite afterwards. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. I'll hopefully sleep tonight. I need to wake up really early tomorrow for my ACT. Oh, dude, yeah, definitely get some sleep tonight if you can. I do have to wake up tomorrow at some point. I don't know when, but it's gonna be earlier. I have to go do some like coaching stuff because I help with youth, and it's fun, but it requires me to wake up at somewhat early hours, which is not my favorite thing in the world. That was probably supposed to be coarse dirt, but I don't have a coarse dirt, so it's just gonna be turned to grass. I have a question and just something to tell you. Okay, what's up, dude? Also, I did check out your the seed that you sent to me earlier. I did check that out, and it was a cool seed. I was impressed. I wasn't expecting to see everything I saw in there. It was really, really cool. Hey, what's your PC specs? I have a RTX 3070 card. I have a I have 64 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, and then I have an AMD Ryzen 9. I always forget the numbers. Hang on. AMD Ryzen 9 3900 XT 12-core processor. That's my specs. A couple of miscellaneous hard drives and SSDs in there, but you know, that's what I've got. It's a pretty good computer. It's not perfect, you know. Nowadays, everybody's computer could probably beat mine, but at the time we built it, it was pretty much top of the line. But you know, that's just the nature of technology. It gets old after a while, unfortunately. 3070 is still good. Yeah, it is. It is. It can't keep up on the most demanding things, but it does a decent enough job. So, it gets me through everything I do. I mean, I play Minecraft, so you know, you can't really ask for much better. Minecraft doesn't even really use your GPU all that much, so. Yeah, new games require more VRAM. Yep, plenty of VRAM. My brother, he's got a 4070 Super, and I know one day he's going to end up maxing out his card because optimization just doesn't exist anymore in game development, is what it seems like. Instead of pushing the limit on what we can do within our means, we've just said, hey, let's make bigger graphics cards. And it's like, that's not innovation per se. That's just making a bigger casing for the same part. But oh well. It's 1 a.m. now in my country. Ooh, it's 7 p.m. here, but I'm gonna be up for a while probably. At the latest, I'm gonna go to bed at 2 a.m. Last night I was gonna go to bed at 2, and then I ended up calling a friend. Because him and I hadn't been able to talk in forever, and I really wanted to hear from him. And it just so happened that we both had a little bit of time. And so I called him. It was like probably 1:50 when I called him. I don't know. Somewhere around then. And we ended up talking till 5 in the morning. So, you know, that wasn't great, but it's okay. I enjoyed my conversation with him, as always. Gussie was, yeah, it was Gus. Him and I got to catch up a little bit, which was nice, and I hope to keep up with him. That way we don't have to stay up till 5 in the morning every night. As much as I do enjoy our conversations, 5 a.m. is a little rough. I don't want to go back to doing that on the regular. So I'm gonna try to avoid it. King? Oh yeah, right. Let me catch up here. Did you have a question? I have a goal of making a 24-hour Spotify playlist, but I only have 4 hours so far. Oh geez. There's a lot in that seed. Sorry I said that a lot. No, you're good. You're good. There's also Trial Chamber in your spawn. That is a really good seed. I almost wanted to record a video in that seed, but I didn't know what it would be about yet. So I've refrained, but it is something I thought about doing, because that is just an amazing seed right there, honestly. Okay, let me come up here. We're gonna go get some stone. Let's see. I'm back. Hello, Daily Check-in. Hello, Alexis. Welcome on in. I didn't go to bed at 2. I never slept. What? Oh, I can't imagine doing that anymore. I used to, like, pull all-nighters all the time, but my poor body and brain just can't keep up with it anymore. As it is right now, if it weren't for me, like, streaming at this very moment, I'd probably fall asleep. I fall asleep playing video games a lot. Which isn't great, but you know, it's okay. I think it's just part of getting old. The adulting part of me is struggling. But it's okay. Let's grab some stone here. Just a little bit, we don't need a ton. I was awake all night because my brother snores. Oh, that's fair. I can relate to that to some degree. I don't share a space with any of my siblings anymore, but my siblings and my parents all pretty well snore. And unfortunately, it is loud. It is loud, and you will hear it if you are sharing a room with them at all. It's unfortunate. Been there, done that. Let's see. I'm gonna sleep at 3 a.m. I think, but I don't know. I would definitely try if you can. Even if that means you know, you go for 10, 15 minutes. Try to sleep. If you can't sleep, get up and, you know, do something small. It doesn't even have to be big, but just something small that you can go, okay, well, let me go do this because I can't sleep, and maybe your brain will adjust and say, okay, now we'll sleep because you did insert thing here. Brains are really interesting, and they don't. Oh, that Well, that went down. Okay. Sometimes your brain, it doesn't intentionally sabotage you, but it doesn't understand why you're trying to sleep. And so a lot of the times we end up like staying up way later than what we want. Or we'll be laying in bed mad that we're not falling asleep, which is just causing a lot more issues for ourselves. So if you can, it's actually recommended to not stay in bed if you can't fall asleep for longer than like, what is it? I think it is 15 to 20 minutes. If you lay there for 15 to 20 minutes and you don't fall asleep, get up, go get some water, sip on it. It doesn't have to be ice cold or anything, but just some water. And then if you're hungry, eat something. It doesn't need to be big, but just something to satiate the hunger until breakfast, if you eat breakfast. And sometimes just walking around if you need to, if you have a safe spot that you can do this and you're in a place that is perfectly safe to do it, really. Going outside and just spending a couple minutes outside where you can see the moon, because your body instinctively tries to line its circadian rhythm up with the rising of the sun and the moon. So when you see the moon, your body should instinctively go, hey, I should try to sleep now. Same thing with the mornings. If you have a hard time getting up in the morning, getting up and going out to see the sun actually should tell your body, hey, this feels good. Vitamin D is really awesome. I'm going to I'm gonna try to keep up this rhythm. So it says, hey, energy here. Let's wake up. It's the sun. Hey, moon here. That means it's time to sleep. Really cool. That's a weird question, Anonymo. That's a really weird question. I don't think anybody would say yes to that. I don't know what you're getting at, but I feel like there's nowhere good for that to go. Let's see. For the ACT, I need to be there at 7:45, and it's like a 45-ish minute drive to the place. Dang, you're gonna be up at 7 at minimum, or at the latest. Sorry, that's rough, dude. I'm sorry. I hope that goes well though. Let me know if you do well. I know you won't get your results for a little bit. Thank you for the subscribe. I appreciate it, Kickin' Chicken. Appreciate ya. I'm a join, but what are your coordinates? My coordinates right now are -700, 300. My body last night was like sleep. I went to bed at roughly 4 a.m. I woke up at 9 a.m. Nice. That's not an awful sleep schedule, but it's not great. You know, that's what, 3, 4, 5 hours of sleep. That's something. That is at least something. So hopefully, that's the beginning of your sleep cycle going back to normal. I hope. Good idea. The problem is when I'm asleep, my cat is meowing and it's very loud. I've been there. Cats are very loud. Let me catch up on Minecraft chat, and then I'm gonna catch up on YouTube chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm splitting my attention so much. I also checked the nether in that seed. There are 2 bastions and a fortress pretty close. That's an insane seed, dude. I loved the terrain, really. I almost wanted to do a video in it, honestly, because, like, I'm thinking, I don't know, you guys give me your thoughts on this. But when I saw that seed, it gave me an idea for a series, possibly doing like doing a video where it's like, oh, my viewers submit seeds and then I build in it. So I like take whatever seed that you guys find, and maybe if you have a specific coordinate area that you want me to work in, and then I try to put a build in there. So for the example of your seed, Mick, I saw like several great opportunities to tell a really good story there, where it was like, I mean, the outposts were cool. Then you had the villages, and then the mountains and that all that terrain. There was a lot of cool things you could do there as well. It was something I really kind of thought about. So I don't know if that's a thing you guys would be interested in, but being able to submit seeds for me to build in would be interesting. I'm not a super talented builder, but it would be kind of nice to get some of my ideas out. And it would be something that I could creatively do. It wouldn't just be something that's like, oh, it exists. It's like, no, it actually, I have to think about how I want to use that space, which would be interesting. My favorite song is FNAF. That's pretty good, but don't forget about Neil Horan. Those are all great suggestions. But the Lorax song, that's fair. That is a good song. That is a really good song choice. Dog, I fell asleep at 10 p.m. last night and woke up at 1 p.m. today. How? I wish that was me, man. That sounds heavenly. Let's see. I died immediately from like 8 zombies. Is that unlucky? I would say probably. More than likely. If they were holding items, they won't despawn either, so that may have been part of it. That is not great, though. I'm sorry that you died. Hi, I'm a smiling critter. I'm Kickin' Chicken. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you, Kickin' Chicken. My name is King Reg. Some people call me Reg. Some people call me King. Others just call me Nog. You can call me whatever you want as long as it's not late to dinner. I'm doing it on a computer, so it shouldn't be that long. I'm also doing the easy essay part. Oh, you're doing the essay. Okay. Okay. Nice. I call you King, but the real King is Rex. I accept that I'm not the king. I'm just here, and that's okay. Also, Anonymous, you, my friend, are just edgy for the sake of being edgy. So goodbye. Okay. Oh, I got DC'd. Also, I did try to upgrade the server. I'm still waiting on the host to actually do it, but we're waiting on them to upgrade our servers over to be a little bit stronger. So we got to deal with this for like probably a couple more weeks, but it should be working by next month. If not, I'm going to contact them because I did pay for the upgrade. So we should be getting better service. It just hasn't kicked on yet. So once that does, hopefully the server will be working a lot better. I'm really sorry that it's been this way lately. But I am working on a fix. Nick A30 may crash out on you because he thinks he's the king. He's not. You're just straight up calling him out. Dang. When I'm opening the door, then my cat comes in. He jumps on me. I love cats. They're so adorable. I used to have a long hair Siamese, and he was loud. Anytime you went anywhere in the house, he would howl. Like, he wasn't even just... It wasn't even just a meow. I mean, he was straight up howling at you. It was terrifying when you didn't expect it. Because... I mean, if you never heard a cat howl, it's kind of creepy sounding. Some liars call you a Rizzler. I have some Riz. I'm not the Rizzler, but I feel like I have at least a little bit of Riz. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I legit can't play. I'm sorry, Alexis. Hopefully when the server gets an upgrade, it'll make it easier. Like I said, I know it's frustrating and I get it. I hope you guys can play on it when it finally does load. I gotta retype it. Did it send? Oh no. There's a lag spike when I tried. I'm sorry that it didn't send. Yeah, it's scary when you don't see the cat exactly. Hello, Nerdin. Welcome on in. Now I don't know how to translate it into English. I'm gonna quickly translate it myself. It will take me just a second. I usually keep Google Translate open. It's not perfect, but it's good enough, you know? Translate. That's German. Control C, Control V. Now I have Pentecost holidays. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it is Pentecost, isn't it? I kind of forgot. I didn't know that was a thing for everybody. Interesting. That's cool. I'm going to make a game about rizzing up girls with realistic woman AI real life situations just to prove your Riz level. That's not a bad idea. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Maybe it's too inappropriate or something. It's slightly dark humored, not that much. Maybe the character limit could be. Let me see if it's popping up in Discord. Sometimes it will show up there. It's not there. It may be getting blocked by the filter plugin. We do have a chat filter for our server. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. That's not a bad idea though, Swifty. Seriously, it's not. Although I don't know what would actually be wrong with it. It's hard to say. The filter is abnormally sensitive, but I'm just trying to think of what could be setting it off that you might be saying, because it's dark humored, so it shouldn't be bad. Because I mean, you can say a lot of things that are like related to the game. For example, like you can say kill, you can say murder, things like that. But I mean, I don't know what you're saying, but let's see. I'm just gonna practice building and fighting. You have a nice day. All right, sounds good, Alexis. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. You also have a nice day. I hope to see you very soon. Genocide. You can say that one. Yes, that is, I believe, within the terms or within reason on the plugin. Let's see. Japanese girls have funny names. The one I was going out with last night. That's awful, Nick. That's awful. I'm wondering, it surely wouldn't have flagged Japanese, right? It's a joke. I swear. I believe you. I believe you. Let me see if it's blocking it for that. It usually tells me on the console, if it's flagging, but it didn't say there. I'm gonna check the files really quick. There's a log in there, so surely it would pop up there. Anti-swear log. Yep, that's what it's flagging. Why is it flagging Japanese out of all things? Hang on, let me see if I can remove that. I just copy-pasted a really big list. There's a lot of really bad things in here, and I tried to remove a lot of the perfectly okay things, but sometimes you miss some of that stuff, like, for example, Japanese. Let me see if I can find that. It's, okay, there it is. Okay, let's remove that one. Okay, save. And then do slash slash anti-square reload. Okay, you should be able to say Japanese now, hopefully. Okay, my friend that said yesterday that Canada is a city said today that Canada is a planet. I mean, how? I wish I understood, man. I wish I understood. Canada being a planet would be quite wild, but I suppose it would be eventually, I guess. It could be a planet. You know, go far enough in the future, maybe the Canadians settle on a moon many stars away and it becomes New Canada or something. I don't know. But right now, it is definitely not a planet, so our filter bot is racist. Yeah, surprise, surprise. Hello, Jacob. Hello, LaFlame. I'm not deleting India. No. India is cool. I'm chill with India. I wish you can build a Victorian house. Ooh, a Victorian house. That would be pretty cool. Unfortunately, it probably doesn't fit the area I live in right now, but I may quite possibly have to do that sometime, because it's been a while. It's been a long, long while since I built anything Victorian. That's a funny joke. Wait, what? What's a joke? Let's see. Boop. Let's see. Hey, King, want to hear some stupid comments I heard on YouTube? Like they might have 0 IQ. Yeah, let's hear it. Canada on the moon. Oh yeah, that's. Yeah, that was a stretch, really. Because the truth of the matter is, I don't think Canada could go anywhere without somebody else's help. In all honesty, they don't currently have any space program, as far as I'm aware. And if they do, it can't fly because they would be using our rockets and our launch pads, so they would still need to piggyback off of the US. But, you know, I'm not here to argue about Canadians being bad. We all know. We all know Canadians can't do anything on their own. Sorry, Canadians. You actually are kind of cool, okay? I like your syrup. That's something you guys do right. I'm not gonna diss on Canadians all day today. Not this time. Sometimes I will, but not this time. No one can name a yellow vegetable. Oh yeah, what about an orange? That's unfortunate. Yeah, no one can. Both of those are really bad. No one can name a yellow vegetable. Oh yeah, what about an orange? To proceed to say the color orange with the fact that that's... Isn't an orange a fruit, technically? For some reason I want to say it's a fruit, but maybe I'm wrong. Like, that has so many layers to it now that I'm thinking about it. Jeez. Man. Okay. Good thing Coral isn't here. I wouldn't even feel bad. I've ripped into Canada, like, several times on stream. You guys... Most of you weren't there for it, if any of you. But like a couple of years ago, I ripped into Canada, man. It was, I started finding out and doing a lot of research on how bad, the president of Canada is, and like the power stretch that he was having, and people were just kind of chill with it. I was like, bro, excuse me, what? Like, don't get me wrong, America has some of that issue too, but like, you can't just extend your terms in America. Like, that doesn't work. But in Canada, you can. You can just say, oh yeah, it's an emergency, so you guys can't have an election, which defaults to me being your leader still. I don't know. That seems a little messed up is all I'm saying. Also, the fact that he changed the age of consent laws to be lower, that was wild and kind of weird. But, you know, yeah, go Canada. I will say, the people are very nice, usually. It's just, there's a couple of small things that really bugged me about that one leader in specific. And I hold it against the entire country, yes. If everybody else can do it to my country, I feel like I have the right to do it to Canada. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for the follow, Ohana. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. All right. Good thing Coral isn't here. On Wednesday, we've made placates around one country, and one of my classmates made USA. He was talking the whole time about Mr. Beast. I mean, he is the pinnacle of the United States, in all honesty. I mean, okay, I can kind of think about this a little bit. Mr. Beast is the embodiment of the American dream. This man was broke, had absolutely nothing, came from a no-name town, and proceeded to pay off his mom's house, become one of the largest names in the entire world, and I mean, I could kind of see it. He's the embodiment of the American dream. He turned himself from nothing into something, and I'll accept that. I will accept that. Ooh, Bedrock? Yes, this is Bedrock and Java, so if you'd like to play, you're more than welcome to, Ohana. King Ivan Summon, why are you hating on my country? Because I hate on them. I'm sorry. No, we will not be your 51st state, but imagine, okay? You wouldn't need a passport to cross the border. Wouldn't that be amazing? And there would be no tariffs on the syrup, and there'd be no tariffs on anything made in America, not like you buy anything made in America anyway. Actually, you guys do, but, you know. Let me catch up here. Yo, what's up? Bro, do you remember me? I feel like I do. Soul. I want to say I do, yeah. Hello, Mountain Fear. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Okay, so basically, King, someone who was African-American was doing a Wednesday cosplay, and it wasn't very accurate clothes-wise, so someone said that's Thursday, but someone said that's... That's... This is taking me back. You guys don't even know, but back in the day, I was awful. I used to say a lot of awful things and make a lot of really dark humor jokes. It was fun. It was so fun. I think if Canada becomes part of the USA, we'll just make their states our states, so 63 states. I think it'll get broken up even beyond that, because the Canadian provinces, they are... They are very large. Some of them are so big, in fact, that I would say you could probably split them into... You could probably split some of those into 2 or 3 states, in all honesty. Actually, my whole class is thinking that USA is in UK. That's unfortunate. Your class is, not the greatest at geography, but that's okay. There's still time for them to learn. I'm dislike Mr. Beast, but I do agree he is the embodiment of the American dream, but that doesn't equal morality in my opinion. Oh, I absolutely agree. Unfortunately, there's very few big names out there that I could say are morally good. Sadly. I've been really pressed to find anybody in some amount of spotlight that I can say I fully agree with what they do or say and that they're a good person. Mr. Beast, he has some good things about him. I really do think, in a lot of senses of the word, he does care about people. He doesn't just go around doing these good things to make money. You know, for example, helping people see by giving them surgeries that they otherwise wouldn't be able to get, or digging wells in Africa. You know, he's actually taking action. Now, how well that action is actually doing anything, who knows? I do wish that he would have stepped in a little earlier on a lot of the situations that he got drug into. But by staying silent, it made it sound like he approved of some things going on. And that really irked me. So I definitely do agree. He could have done a lot of things better. And I do think he's not perfect by any means. Morality-wise, he's got a long way to go. But I do believe he's going to find the right path eventually. He's one of those unique cases where fame hit him so quickly, and I don't think he knew how to respond to it, really. But he did it mostly with grace. He's not... I feel like he's not too big for his britches. Because he still does things with YouTubers of all sizes, really. But I do think he's got a long way to go still in terms of character growth. Hi, I'm back. Remember I was here yesterday? Yes, I do. Hello, Brittany. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well, and hope your friend is doing well as well. You want to hear me say well again? Well. Anathema, are you playing on a server? I am indeed. If you do !IP in the chat, it'll get you both the IP and the port. This is a Java and Bedrock server. I think he should put challenges in his giving videos. Last African village to leave the circle gets a well. Oh, yeah, because that wouldn't cause all-out war, definitely. They would be a very entertaining set of videos, though. Oh my goodness, could you imagine people competing for the necessary tools for survival? It's technically a Java-based server? Yes, it is. So, we use a plugin called Geyser, and it means that all the mechanics are Java, but Bedrock players can hop in, and it's probably the best way to get everybody onto the server, because there's no good way to get Java players onto Bedrock worlds, unfortunately. Not truly Bedrock. Yes, it is Bedrock in the sense that like you could play Bedrock, but it's not like Bedrock mechanics or anything like that. Mountain Fear, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. One of my classmates does like Politan, a German YouTuber, and is saying every time that he has 5,000 million subscribers, but he has 5 million. 5 million is still a significant number, but it's not quite as high as they're saying. That's for sure. Boop. And boop. They're literally fighting for their lives. Exactly, Swift. I like the way you think. There's something there. Let's see. I prefer Bedrock mechanics, but I also enjoy Java. That's fair. That's fair. I like Java just because that's really what I messed around with a lot when I was really getting into Minecraft. I also liked the opportunity that shaders provided. I love shaders. Bedrock Edition, for the longest time, didn't have them. Now they actually do. Bedrock is getting shaders before Java, technically speaking, in an official way. And if I'm not mistaken, and I need to make a video about this, Vibrant Visuals is a default setting. Like, it should be on by default, which means that Mojang isn't just creating an official shader, but they're actually defining that that's the official way that Minecraft is supposed to look, which is interesting. And I don't hate it. I like the way Vibrant Visuals looks, but it's very interesting to see that. Let's see. Are you playing a mod because that big tree looks like a mod? Nope. Well, I have some mods, but they're all Java client-side mods. So these like holographic blocks, that's just Lightmatica, and so it's a blueprint mod. So those blocks aren't actually there. But I have been building this tree by hand, so it's been fun. I've got one over here that's also in the works, so you guys can actually see it. That's what it's gonna look like. But everything here is vanilla, or vanilla light. So we do have some like some data packs, for example. So we have like player heads. So if you kill a player, their head will fall off. You've got mob heads. So every time you kill a mob, it's got a head, 2 shulker shells. A lot of the Hermitcraft stuff is one of the big ones that we've got here. And fast leaf decay is a big one. So if you cut down a tree, it disappears all the leaves really, really fast, which is very helpful. Which is one of the big reasons I do like Java so much, is because of those modifications that you can make easily. Whereas in Bedrock, there are add-ons and such, but they're not quite as in-depth as data packs, in my opinion. I don't know how that went through you, but okay. But I do also like Bedrock because there are some really cool things that you can do with add-ons that you can't do with Java data packs, because they require custom models, and behaviors are a lot easier to swap with Bedrock. Thank you for the Hydrate Mountain. I appreciate it. Yeah, I wish I had that in my hardcore mode. I play on Bedrock because I'm on Xbox One. Oh, okay, I gotcha. So I've not played hardcore in forever. It's something I'm debating. I might actually do it. But I know Bedrock just recently got the hardcore mode. Are you enjoying it? Has it been fun? I was with my father on a Volksfest. Actually, it was really cool at Volksfest. Let me look that up. I'm not familiar with that term. Volksfest. Boop. Volksfest is local in nature, attended mostly by people originating from the hosting town and surrounding areas, but it may attract. Volksfest is a large event in German-speaking countries, which usually combines a beer festival or wine festival and traveling fun fair. Okay, that's really cool. Those look fun. I'm seeing some pictures here. Those look like a lot of fun, actually. I hope you enjoyed. That's really cool. Also, if you're wanting the IP Senpai Horror, there's your IP right there. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Also, I owe you guys a poll here. I need to get this, like, sorted out. I am a mess. Okay, what's the poll here? F1 or NASCAR? That's a good question. That's a really good question. And I honestly go back and forth on them. For me personally, I actually prefer right now NASCAR, but F1 does have some really cool things about it. The track isn't just circles, which is kind of cool. You do go a lot faster than in NASCAR, but I like the strategy that NASCAR has. So it's a really interesting dilemma there. Overall, I kind of prefer the strategy, and NASCAR feels it's much more unique to American culture, if I'm not mistaken, for NASCAR, which is something that I do kind of love about it as well. NASCAR, you get more creativity with your car. Yeah, exactly. And do you play guitar? Because I see guitars in your room. Yep, I've got an acoustic right there. That is a Jasmine Takamine acoustic guitar. It's been around for as long as I know. My dad gave it to me. And then there's another one right there. You can kind of see it in the background in the mirror. There's an electric guitar there, and it's a Ibanez something or other. But yes, I do play guitar. Let's see. Hello, Al. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. How are you? I guess I should probably stop saying hope you're doing well and then how are you, because that's kind of like not contradictory, but it's a little contradictory, I guess. When you whoa, hang on. I want to be an astronaut. I'll be the first person to walk on the sun, but it's really hot. Are you stupid? I go at night. What do you think about it? The moon is more useful than the sun because the moon gives us light at night when it's dark, but the sun only gives us light when it's already bright. How stupid do you have to be? U.S. government is thinking about making a version of Hunger Games in real life, but we have no other details than they're thinking about it. That's mildly concerning. That's mildly concerning. And you know, if it doesn't involve death, I'm okay with it. If it's purely just like, okay, yeah, we're gonna just, you know, make this as like a game of some sort where, you know, you play pretend and kill each other. You don't actually, you know, consider a war game of sorts where, you know, you get... It would basically be the Olympics, really. I mean, the Olympics, a lot of their sports, the basic sports are about proof of your capabilities as a fighter. You look at boxing or fencing or shooting. Shooting is another one that we have in the Olympics. A lot of those sports aren't inherently just about hitting a target or hitting the other person, but proving that you are the superior person in that field, which does translate to actual combat. Now, things like soccer or volleyball or most of the winter sports really don't necessarily coincide with that, but they are interesting nonetheless. I just platinumed Stardew today. It was better than I was expecting and very gruesome. You mean to tell me you just 100%'d Stardew? Dude, what the heck? Congrats. Wow. We only spent £150, which is quite little. That's not bad. I don't know how well that translates to United States, but that's not bad. Not bad. You're good. Thank you. I appreciate it, Des. Hello, Shadow King. Hello, hello. How are you with game? I am great at game. I'm really good at this game, I think. I mean, I built that mountain right there. It's I'd say I'm doing pretty good at the game, yeah. Today I'm full of myself, you guys couldn't tell. Congrats on the subs. When did you hit at 1K? I hit 1K... When did I hit 1K? Was it last week? Maybe? I don't remember. I suddenly can't remember, but I hit 1K. Maybe it was on Monday. But yeah, I hit that. It was exciting. It was really cool. Home to the village. Not the village. Well, that's okay. I need to go home. I need more potatoes. Okay, there's some non-achievement things I haven't done, but yeah, that's cool though. Seriously. I've been trying to get all the achievements in Stardew myself, and it's taken me a long time. So, GG's to you, dude. Seriously, that's amazing. Just draft people into a made-up war and then kill them when they go out on the field. That's how the U.S. government can get rid of weaker people. Why are you giving them these ideas? Why? You leave 3 survivors who are secret agents who are determined to survive and have them tell a story of what happened to make it seem like a tragedy. Okay. 3 days ago? So whatever 3 days ago was, that's when I hit 1,000. Let's see. Pokey? I've been playing Minecraft for about 13 years. On this specific world, I've been playing for 2.5 years, so it's been a little while, but I love Minecraft so much. I really do. Your house is very beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm subbed. You can even check. Thank you. I appreciate you subscribing. I don't know what that said, but okay. Let's see. The friend that I had an argument with yesterday said to another friend that she is a true friend and not a fake friend like me. That sounds very dramatic of her. I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. It's no fun when people go around and, especially behind your back, and start saying things about you. Especially just to elevate themselves, because that is very narcissistic. It's very, very rude, and quite honestly, it really shows their own character as poorer than what they even realize. I mean, if I went around and told everybody I was better than insert name here, it doesn't matter how many times I say it, people are gonna start to pick up on me saying that, and it's gonna affect their perception of me as well, because they're gonna go, oh, well, he just wants to brag about it. It's like, no, well, that might be why I'm saying it even, but that's why she's saying it. She's just trying to get a rise out of everybody and trying to make you look bad, but it's gonna make her look bad in the end. So don't feel like you have to respond. Be slow to respond on them. So Lucas, what you do is you click on the NPCs. They'll tell you what to do. Let's see. I know that feeling. You know that feeling, King? Yup. Okay, I have to go. I'll see you maybe in a little bit. All right, sounds good. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it, Brittany. It was good seeing you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Or night. Or whatever it is for you. No, like, for real, I took a portal? Yeah. If I go there and there's NPCs, I swear. My guy. Click the NPCs. Click them, and they'll say stuff in chat. Like that. Or that. Or that. Just click them. Like if you were opening a door in Minecraft. Okay. That tree is very big. What does it do? It's just there. It doesn't do anything special. It's just for decoration. Everything in this build really is just for decoration. Oh, I was not seeing chat. Oh, that would do it. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That would definitely do it. Let's see. Do you like cats? I do like cats, yes. I used to have a cat, actually. It's been a while, but I used to. I used to have a cat. Okay, let's do a little more gray here. Okay. Who are they? No clue. They just joined the server. And the problem is, after the holiday, she's safe coming to me and is saying, I'm so sorry, are you still mad at me? And I'm saying it's okay, I'm too naive. I've been there. It sounds like you've dealt with this before, more than likely. And there's nothing wrong with that. What I'd recommend is, it's okay to forgive them, but it's okay to also have boundaries and tell them, you know, like, hey, you know, I'm not okay with you doing that ever again. If you do it again, we're done. And then it's also okay to say that you're not going to be as close to them anymore because they've broken your trust. Nothing says that you don't have that you have to be mad at them continually. Nothing says that you have to be best friends, though. You know, it's perfectly okay if you need to take time away from them, because I've had that happen before to a lot of people in my circles who have, you know, they're good friends outside of the things they say and do, but sometimes they say and do things that just really aren't okay. and they say and do things that make me uncomfortable or that make me upset with them. And you just gotta be willing to draw the line, and that's hard, especially if you're a caring and compassionate person like it sounds like you are. So don't feel like you gotta watch out for them. You do also have a right to watch out for yourself. You can be caring and compassionate towards yourself as well. Sometimes it also means being caring and compassionate is like you gotta let them go as well, because they need to learn their lesson somehow. And it's not to be mean or dramatic and saying like, I'm gonna teach you a lesson, but it's more so you telling them, if I keep letting you walk all over me, you're going to keep doing it to me, and you're going to do it to everybody else. If I stop letting you, then maybe you'll stop doing it to me, and maybe you'll stop doing it to everybody else. And it's better for you to not do this, because it's better for the world if you're a better person. And that's a hard thing to do sometimes, doing the hard thing for the betterment of that person. It's hard. It's very, very hard. Torn between Cherry or Frost. I just finished Cherry Grove a couple months ago. It's a very good, pretty place, but Frosthold is also very nice, yes. Hi, welcome on in, Griffin Call. Hope you're doing well. King, can you show me the end? Do you kill the dragon? I want to see what you did with the end. Show me the end, please. We haven't really done anything with the end. But I can show you it. Boop. Just gotta load it in really quick. So, not much to do here. Somebody built some bases out that way, but they don't play on the server anymore. But this is just the end. It's, you know, pretty basic. Pretty run down, really. There's a farm out there. Like I said, there's this base out here, but it never got finished, so it's kind of on its own, and that's okay. I don't know, is there anything inside of it? That's a cobblestone generator. That's just interior. More interior. Okay. I mean, it's cool, but yeah, we don't have much in the end, unfortunately. Maybe one day. I'd kind of like to do some end projects eventually. Come on. There we go. I don't have friends. You know, that's okay. Me too. That sounds really depressing. I do have friends. I actually do. It's just hard to recognize it sometimes. I think, okay, I'm getting really psychological, but that's just part of the deal that you get when you watch my streams. I'm sorry, guys. When we are our own worst enemies, and so in our own heads, we always think most negatively about ourselves. And so it's hard to see the positives when there are plenty of them, really. I mean, you know, I have a decent amount of friends, probably more than what most people can genuinely say, and I take that for granted. But, you know, at any given moment, I'll probably tell you, oh, I don't have that many friends, and it's because I don't really think about it. But I do. I'm very lucky to say that I have that many friends, and the quality of friend as well. So it's really hard, but trying to think positively and actually think about what you're saying before you say it. You know, I don't have a ton of friends. Not a ton of really close friends, but I do actually have quite a lot of friends that I could probably go to in a pinch, and they'd be willing to help me with just about anything. Which is great. That's amazing. I'm trying to get my building job back, but I kind of left them right after I got into Twitch SMP, and they weren't too pleased with my work, so it's likely they won't take me back as Swiftu. So I am remaking a portfolio and applying on an alt. Good luck, Swiftu. I hope that goes well for you. I'm sorry that that happened in the first place, but, you know, I believe in you. You got this. On the summer Byron, I don't know how to translate it to English. My parents want me to go with want. I'm gonna take care of that for a second, and then I'll read your message. I'm struggling. I'm sorry. Welcome on in, Raiders. Admiral, thank you for giving a shout out to Emerald's Ace. If you guys haven't already, be sure to follow Emerald. They were last playing Forager. Forager. I feel like we've had this conversation before, probably. How was Forager though? Yeah, have you had any fun with it by chance? I'm hoping you did. We are currently working on my viewer joinable server, kind of working on a pathway, trying to get it all sorted out. This just feels way too noisy. I don't know, something just looks really bad. I don't know what to do about it. Anyway, if you need to also hop out, raid and run, do that. Please feel free to take care of yourself. But I appreciate the raid very, very much. Okay, I'm going to try to read your message again, Cinnamon. On the summer, Farron, I don't know how to translate it to English. My parents want to go with me to London. I think in my whole life I was just in Switzerland and Italy. Wait, I think in my whole life he was just in Switzerland and Italy. Okay, London is cool. London is cool. I've never been myself. I've never actually left the United States. But I've heard it's a beautiful beautiful city, in a beautiful country. So I hope you enjoy if you do get a chance to go. Also, Admiral, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. I had to leave the server and stream for like 20 minutes. Did you get to read my messages in Minecraft chat? Yes, I did. Welcome back, Mick. There we go. Oh, it's the emeralds. Forager is that one game where you forage her. Forager, I hardly know her. Laugh. Okay. I got to go again. Sorry, you're amazing. Stream again soon. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. And enjoy the rest of your day, Mick. I appreciate you being here. I do want to go ahead and talk about streaming for a second. So there's a very good chance, well, actually not just a very good chance, there's a guaranteed chance I'm going to be out of town, like, soon, and that means I won't be able to stream, which is, like, awful, I know. I'm gonna be gone for, like, a week. So I'm trying to get some things done so you guys will at least have some videos, but they're not gonna be, like, super entertaining, probably. So I just want to make that well known. You know, you guys will unfortunately have to miss me, and I'm fortunate enough to have a chat that would miss me. But it's gonna be weird being gone for so long. I'm gonna miss streaming for a little bit, but I will be coming back, and I will be going full swing at the streams and such. It's probably best that I do take a break anyway, because I am really tired all the time right now. So it would give me a little bit of breathing room to kind of get my head screwed back on almost and figure out where we're going. Where are you going? I am going to another city here in the US. I can't really say where, but I'm excited. I've got a event that I'm helping run, sort of, and I'm excited. It'll be a good time, but unfortunately, it does mean that I'm gonna be without computer for a little bit. Boop. I'm thinking we may have to remove the dirt, unfortunately. I just... It's not matching like I was hoping it would. Well, that's okay, I guess, because really the whole area is going to be, like, very earthy. So you could do a lot more with the dirt in other places, I think. So it'll be okay. That... Oh, okay. Also, I am losing my voice ever so slightly. Give me a second here. Yeah, I've been talking a lot lately, apparently, because my throat is, like, in some amounts of varying pain throughout the entire day. I don't know if I'm back to starting to lose my voice all the time, but it used to happen a lot whenever I would stream, especially in the summertime. I don't know if there's anything special about that, but I used to lose my voice a ton, really. And I don't want to keep doing that. So I'm hoping that it stays, but if I lose it, it is what it is, you know? I can't stop it. I gotta go for a little. See ya. Alright, see you later, Mountain. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate ya. And I hope to catch you in a little bit, but if not, that's a-okay too. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, though. That one there. Okay. Back this way. Don't know why, but my teacher is saying that in Australia there are dinos. What? That's kind of crazy. Maybe they were talking about, like, dinosaur fossils? Or maybe they're talking about lizards? I don't know. That's kind of insane, though. What are the rules on your server? If you do /rules, you'll actually find all the info you need. So no griefing, no stealing, no ban evading, no hacking or X-ray, no exploiting, abusing glitches. There's, like, there's 3 pages. One of them is, try to keep it family friendly if at all possible. For the vast majority of the rules, it's usually just don't be a jerk. That's usually the rules. I sent you the first 2 new pieces of my portfolio. I'm almost done with the 3rd. Nice, you're moving quick. Jeez. Can you show me the nether, please? There's not much to look at in the nether, but maybe in a minute. Let's see. Any rules about being able to PvP? You can PvP, but the only rule is that you can't PvP people who don't want to. So if you do /PvP list, there it is. No space, then you'll be able to see who has it enabled, who has it disabled. If you want your PvP on, do /PvP on. If you want it off, do /PvP off. That's just how we maintain a player base that actually does want to engage in PvP. Because it's better that for us as a community to get along with each other, and getting killed randomly just isn't in our wheelhouse of fun usually. Does /PvP off disable PvP, or would someone just get in trouble for PvPing them? It should disable it, so that you shouldn't be able to hit them and they shouldn't be able to hit you. Now, there are some things you can do to get around it, but that does break one of the rules, which is no exploiting or abusing glitches. That would be a glitch by being able to get around the plugin. And for example, I think putting a bucket of lava on somebody is a glitch that you can do because it is a way around the PvP. That is against the rules because you are trying to get around PvP protection. So long as you aren't trying to get around the plugins, it's okay. Crystals, anchors, beds, lava, fishing rod, plus elytra. Yeah, a lot of that stuff will get around it, so don't do that. Yeah, check to see if they're on the PvP list first if you're gonna do it. But this really isn't a PvP first server anyway. I will warn you that most people do turn it off. But if that is something that interests you, that's awesome. I just want to make sure you know that that's probably not going to happen very much on this server. Let me check out what you sent me, Swifto. Okay. I really like that second one especially. You can beat me in a sword 1v1, I'll cheer 40 bits. I appreciate the offer, but I'm okay. I'm just gonna build. I'm not really much for PvP in all honesty. Sorry for the mix-up. I can stay a bit longer. All good, dude. All good. Appreciate you being here. What about 100 bits, like on a separate PvP server? No, I'm okay. Thank you, though. Boop. Okay. I want to go... So... I used to do a little bit of PvP, but I'm not good at it. It's just not fun to me. I'm glad there are people that do enjoy it, though. I decided to play Dreamlight Valley for now. Nice, nice. How is Dreamlight Valley? Do you... I guess you probably enjoy it since you're playing it, but... Just curious is all. Boop. That. Put one here. One right here. Okay, it's the closest thing to Animal Crossing that I'm gonna get, and I love it. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that you like it. That's good. That's good. Are you streaming morning again? Like, are you asking if I'm streaming tomorrow? Thanks, Sebi. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. I'm probably not gonna stream tomorrow, because I'll be out of, well, not out of town. I guess I am technically out of town. I'll be a couple towns over, though. Unfortunately, I made some agreements that I'd be helping with some things, so I probably won't stream tomorrow, unfortunately, but if I could, I would. Also love Disney Speedstorm, as it is the closest thing to Mario Kart that I'm gonna get. I take it you like the idea of those games, but you don't like Nintendo Switches, and you know what? That's so fair. That is so fair. I would get a Switch, but I wouldn't play it much. That's the whole thing. You know, I'd play some of the games on there, but especially nowadays, you know, it's hard for me to get time to play it, and then I also have to pay a lot of money just to play with my friends online. So it's kind of like, okay, you know, I'd love to play Mario Party, but I have to buy this really expensive console. I have to buy this really expensive game. Then I have to pay money to play this game online with my friends. And it's just like, it's not worth it. At a certain point, I just can't justify it anymore. I love Nintendo, just can't afford it. That's so fair. Oh yes, I forget. It's now 2 a.m. and I think I'm going to sleep now. If I can't, I come here again. You're an amazing person. Until the next stream. Good night. Good night, Cinnamon. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. It was good seeing you again. Try to get some rest, and if not, I'll be here. But thanks for popping in. We're gonna go... Boop. Don't have to. I'm thinking YouTube chat may have held one of your messages, maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what that was in response to, in all honesty. I love Minecraft. Heck yeah, I love Minecraft too. How's it going, Llama? So nice to see that both Speedstorm and Dreamlight Valley update frequently. Oh, do they? That's awesome. I like it when developers actually put time into the game and give it post-launch support, because there are a lot of games that get nothing after they release, and it's so sad. Especially those larger titles that used to be really, really popular. Was like you'd release it and then it would be done, basically. Or you'd release it and then you'd do DLC updates, but you wouldn't ever do like free content drops and such, which is what's really awesome to see, in all honesty. Also, ads are going to be starting on the Twitch side, so on YouTube, you guys won't have ads. Twitch, you'll have a YouTube link posted in chat if you'd like to jump over and watch there. That's a-okay, but if not, that's also fine. I just want you guys to watch wherever you're most comfortable. But I also know ads suck, so that's one of my solutions if you'd like it. Let's see. King, what's up? What's up, Mick? There. And there. Okay. I'm just trying to get this kind of all wrapped up. I don't know if I really like that dirt there. Let's see. Is it not sending? I'm not seeing it. Unfortunately, and I'm thinking either YouTube is censoring it. That's the more likely option here, because I'm not... Yeah, I just don't see it at all, unfortunately. It's not saying I can't send links. I think... Oh, yeah, links would be blocked. Hang on. Yeah, I can't see it. I'm sorry. Okay. Please build home. Probably not today, but I might actually build another hobbit hole at some point soon. More than likely it'll look somewhat like that, but we'll see. We'll see. Sorry about that. I'm a little sleepy. Well, it's on Spotify by my name, Carter, and it's just called One Full Day of Music, but it's a work in progress. Okay. That's cool, dude. So is that like your 24-hour playlist that you're working on? What kind of songs you got on there, if you don't mind me asking? I'm curious. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Okay, Inferno Wildfire, welcome. I've got video games, movies, and shows, really. Anything nice. That's cool. That's really cool. I used to listen to a lot of video game music and a lot of movie music, really. My interests have spread out a lot. some of that was because, like, for example, Linkin Park, you know, they have a lot of songs and movies from, like, Transformers. And so that's what really got me out of that subgenre for a while there. And then, of course, a lot of my friends just listen to a bunch of different music, and I try to listen to what they listen to a little bit so I can understand their tastes. Okay. Let's see. DLCs in Dreamlight Valley feel more like actually new games on Dreamlight Valley. It gives you more game mechanics, new maps, new foods, and animals, and more. So it feels less like a DLC and more like Dreamlight Valley 1, Dreamlight Valley 2, Dreamlight Valley 3, and so on in one launch game. That's awesome. That's really good. I'm glad. That's a great way to do DLCs in all honesty. It bugs me when they, for example, The Sims, they'll charge for features that should be in the base game, and then beyond that, even it's like they only give you 2 or 3 new things, and by the time you're done with it in a couple of hours, really. But if you want a complete feeling game, you have to have that DLC, and it sucks. It's very unfortunate. But that is one of my big issues with The Sims, is actually because of the way they do their DLCs. But I mean, that's EA. That should be expected anyway. Okay, I just need a result of 24 hours with most songs being ones I know or like. That's awesome. That's awesome. I think you'll do it. You'll get through it, I think. Just trying to warm up a little bit. I get really hot and I get really cold, and I can't find the perfect spot, so we're just gonna try to get a little warm here. I think you'll do it, Mick. I do. You'll get there. They also update the free section more often than the DLCs too. Okay. That's awesome. That's really good. I'm intending to get into game development a little bit. It's probably been a little bit since I've talked about my video game. I think we're clear to talk about it again. My brain just stopped. In my game, I'm intending to do almost only free updates. I don't want to do any paid releases if I can avoid it. The only exception to that rule might be if I can find enough content that it doesn't make the main game feel incomplete, but it adds enough that it's actually worth buying. That is one of the things, anyway, but... That's crazy. That's crazy, so... you should watch Psych 2. It may be better than Bob's Burgers. To be honest, that's a high-praised compliment from Mick. I'll have to see if I can look into it. I was gonna watch a movie yesterday, but I ended up talking to one of my friends, so unfortunately I did not watch the movie, but it was fun talking to him, so I was glad. Hello, my friend Mando. When do you play Minecraft, and have you tried Bedrock version? I don't know who Mando is, but I can be your friend, Mando, sure. I've been playing Minecraft for 13 years. I play 5 days a week usually. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and sometimes Saturday. But it's a hit or miss on Friday or Saturday, sorry. And I have tried the Bedrock version, but it's not my favorite. I personally don't love Bedrock Edition, but I don't disrespect it. You know, It's a cool enough version of the game, and you can play Bedrock on my server if you'd like. It is a Java-based server, but Bedrock Edition is compatible with it, so up to you. But it's good to see you, Diostar. Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna come over here and cut off some of the vines. I just need as much vine as I can get, really, because we're gonna be making mossy cobblestone, and I need it. Hey, here on the YouTube this time. Hey, how's it going, Rocky? Good to see you. Can you not combine like moss with cobblestone? That feels like it should be a thing. I could probably make that into a crafting pack, but we'll see. Psych has 3 movies and a show. Okay, I did not know that. I knew it, I had heard of it as a show, but I never heard of it, the movie, actually, or movies, plural, I guess. So that's cool, that's interesting. You can do it with moss. Why was I farming vines? Oh my goodness. For some reason in my head, I thought you couldn't do it with moss, so, we're just gonna clear all this out really quick. Go with probably that much, maybe even 3 stacks. 3 stacks seems reasonable. Okay. Let's see. A lot of people hate the DLCs cost the same as the base game, but I'm like, it's the equivalent of a second installment of the base game. Yeah. I could definitely see that being reasonable. I don't think they're out of their mind for that, in all honesty. I also get it, though. It is considered technically a part of the game. As a paid feature, but I also kind of get it. If it's got the same amount of content as the base game, then it effectively doubles the value. So paying for the game again effectively isn't that bad, really. Let's see. Do you like reading? I don't read very often, but I did want to get into it. It's just very tough for me to do sometimes. Also, I need to check. I've been hit with a message here. Okay. I can mess with that later. Sweet. That's good. That's really good. What books do you audiobooks? Okay, what books do you listen to, if you don't mind me asking, Ohana? Also, let me catch up. I'm sorry. Where are you from? I'm from Libya, if you've heard about it. I have heard of Libya, yes. I am from the United States of America. I'm on the east side, so up kind of where New York and Washington, D.C., and up in that northeastern region. King, fun fact, in Minecraft you can use commands to have something as crazy as feather falling 200 on a block of wool. With commands you can also put any item on your body and as if it were as armor. This is true, this is true. And shears can actually have efficiency by using an anvil. Yes. It has very little use unless you're you're like hitting wool. But it is a thing. I use shears for leaves more than I use it for wool. Although I do know wool is a very popular thing that people build with. I just hate it for some reason. Hello, Patera. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Right now I'm listening to the Ragamuffin Gospel by Brennan Manning and the Warrior Maiden by Melanie Dickerson. I had just finished Heaven by Randy Alcorn. I've not listened or read to any of those, but I might look into them. Who knows? I haven't read or listened to any audiobooks or books for that matter, I guess, in general, in forever. I kind of want to try the Hunger Games because I like the movies, so I know I like that genre of film. Surely I'd probably like that kind of book if I can get into books. Some people just can't, and I recognize I may be in that boat. But we'll see. Hopefully, eventually. You can also use the unbreakable tag on any item with durability to make it, well, unbreakable. True. I don't have it here. We used to have unbreakable tools that you could get in the game. Unbreakable shears was one in specific. Okay, I'm just going crazy. I thought they were flying for a second. I was like, why did you even fly there? But I don't think they did. I'm literally going insane. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. Oh well, that's fine. My brain said that we're done talking about whatever that was. Sorry. Be right back. I gotta leave stream real quick. No worries, Mick. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Yes, I know the northern and southern regions. I have read about the American Civil War, and I'm interested in history in general. That's awesome. That's awesome. I always try to be descriptive about it because I never know who is familiar with American geography because it is very vast. And here in the U.S., we do learn about European and Asian and well, I guess we really learn about world geography in general, but we mainly focus on American geography and the European geography, but we don't hit a lot of the other regions super heavily. So I always try to be descriptive just in case you don't already know. And, you know, it just helps people kind of get an idea, a word picture, if you will. Let me sleep real quick. That might help with the skeletons. Let's see. I couldn't get into the books because it was written in first-person present tense. Oh, I see. That's fair. As an author myself, first-person present tense is a huge pet peeve. That's fair. I get that. I'm just not huge on reading in general. I can't stay focused. So I end up thinking about other things while I'm reading, and then I realize I did not read like any of it. I was reading, but I wasn't reading, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I was reading the words on the page, but my brain was actively consumed by whatever else I was thinking about. And I have no control over that. It's an unfortunate thing, and I want to get better about it so badly, but I can't. It's a struggle. It does. Okay, I'm glad I don't sound crazy. Just finished another one in this stream alone. Dang, Swifty, you're pumping out the portfolio. Jeez, that's awesome, and that looks great too. I think you're onto something. It seems like it's something that you want to do as well, which is that makes me happy that you're doing something that you want. Let's do like a strong patch of moss throughout here because we've got like these tree roots and such. So the greenery is going to be a little stronger just because nature is already coming in. So it'll kind of do that sort of deal there. Okay, sweet. Oh. I struggle with it too, hence why I started listening to it. That's fair. I respect that. Yeah, I've not tried to listen yet. I don't know. I struggle with I just struggle with attention when it comes to that stuff. I always thought maybe it's just because books are boring to me or something, but I genuinely do want to try. I just can't. This is just one step even deeper into the enigma that ADHD may or may not be. I'm not diagnosed, but I have a feeling. I have a very, very strong feeling. I mean, you guys have probably watched it happen several times in the middle of the stream, just me getting distracted, going on side quests and stuff. Forgetting what I'm saying is also another one. Let's see. Yes, in my country, we are proud of our history, and as someone who has read the history of his country, I feel curious to know the history of other countries. And one of my interests was America. Well, that's awesome. Props to you for wanting to learn about American history. It's very interesting. There was a lot of dark periods in our history for sure, but it's a very interesting time period, really. I mean, like you mentioned, the Civil War especially has a lot of interesting parts about it. Learning about the geopolitical era that really was, and understanding why some states believed what they did and why other states believed other things. It's a really interesting time period, really. Let's see. Listening to Heaven by Randy Alcorn instilled a desire to make a Minecraft world where the world never fell. But sadly, even putting things on peaceful mode doesn't keep animals from killing things. Yeah. Yeah, the animals kind of get a little wild in Minecraft. That's awesome, though. I've taken inspiration from movies. I don't know why I've never thought about books, but that is actually a wonderful idea. Is taking an idea from a book and applying that to Minecraft, and trying to kind of use that as inspiration. That's really a cool idea. I mad respect to you for that. I think I might go for a run now. All right, you do that, Swifty. Enjoy your run, man. I hope you get some fresh air, and hopefully it'll kind of help wear you down a little bit so that you can get some sleep tonight before the ACT. I hope you enjoy your time. I have to go to sleep now because it's 2:30 at night. All right, no worries, Dio. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. And I hope that you have a good rest of your night, and we'll catch you again in the near future. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate ya. It's never said run outside. I'm just going to hop on my treadmill. I'm not a fan of the outside. I didn't want to assume you had a treadmill. I don't know very many people who do have one, so that's awesome that you do have one, though, because that means you can do runs even when it's cold outside without risking hypothermia and all that. So that's awesome. I have a foldable one? That's great. I hope that you enjoy your run, even though it's inside. You know, I originally mentioned that it was probably outside, but inside is just as good. It may also be storming right now. It's hard to tell. Okay. Well, yeah, definitely run inside then. Not a fan of the outside. I'm not huge on the outside myself either. I do like actually going outside. It's something I would love to do more of. Living in this state, who knows what's going on? Fair enough. That's really fair. Yeah. I used to live there. yeah. Imagine a world where solar punk was actually plausible. Yes, solar punk is a really interesting style. Really, I love seeing people's take on solar punk in Minecraft. Hey King, I'm back. Want to know something? Yeah, what's up? Hello Zendex, how are you doing? Good to see you. Is that a Crimrose emoji? It is. That is a Crimrose emoji. But it's good to see you, dude. How's it going? Boop. Boop. Crim, very cool. Exactly. I agree. I've not had much chance to interact with Crim, but for a little bit on Twitch SMP, we kind of ran into each other. And then, I think I've been able to catch a couple of their streams, but I can't recall exactly when. It's usually very late for me when they are live, so it's kind of rare. Okay, for the past 4 days, including today, my dad used a fog machine to make bubbles with smoke, and it's so cool. That's awesome. That's really cool. Crim, very cool. I died at work. I'm here in spirit. Oh, dude. I'm sorry. Work is awful. Actually killer. I've been trying to get a job myself, but it doesn't mean I'm excited about that. Please censor the W word. Yeah, we don't even want to say that word. Gosh. Yeah, we should block the words work and job. I like the way you think. They're scary words. Someone say job, I know. It's terrifying, isn't it? Fact. Hello, X. Hello, hello. Yeah, I've been trying to get one myself, but man. It's awful. It's awful. You have to censor the J word. Man. I'm not looking forward to it. Awful times. But money. We do like money. So sometimes there's necessary sacrifices for the things you want, you know? Hello, it's me again. Welcome back, Cinnamon. I take it you weren't able to sleep, and that's a-okay. Welcome back, though. Hope you're doing well. I think I'm gonna do that. There we go. That's right, yeah. That's okay. Sometimes nights are just like that. Appreciate you being here, though. I'm very tired, so I won't be here too long. I'll be lurking, though. Have a fun stream. Thank you very much, Zendex. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you lurking. And I appreciate you popping in. I hope your day gets better. We're gonna put one here. Thank you for the lurk, Swifty. I appreciate it. Enjoy your run. I'll catch you later, I'm sure. Before long, I'm gonna need more water because my throat is kind of sore. Okay. Where are you from? I am from the United States. I am in the northeast side. Kind of vaguely around about, you know, the DC, DC, Pennsylvania area. Let's see. Oop. I don't know why I mentioned Pennsylvania. The reason I don't go into hyper specifics is just because it's, one, privacy, but also two, not everybody is from the United States here. Pennsylvania is like the most obscure state you could probably name. Although I guess Wyoming is kind of obscure, so never mind. Wyoming is the most obscure place you could name, but that's not even near me, so. Let's see. Cool, I'm from Eastern Canada. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I've got quite a lot of people that I know from Canada, especially the eastern parts of Canada. So it's probably around about 8:45 for you, like it is here. He was hating on Canada earlier. Just know that I was, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I will hate on Canada some more. Yeah, close, 9-ish. Nice. Nice. My cat is jumping on me like I'm a trampoline. I'm from Germany. Love that. Cats are silly. Probably not great for your sleep schedule, but still. And back. Welcome back, Mountain Fear. The only thing I know about the P State, I can't spell that state, is that they have the world's largest escape room. That's cool. I mean, they've got Pittsburgh out there. Philadelphia has a lot of historical sites as well. Never mind, I am wrong. Texas probably took it from them. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Pennsylvania has a couple of historical sites, but outside of that, it's not like the most interesting state, really. Stupid Canada. Dang, Canada took it. Why is that? Oh, yeah. So the reason I was hating on Canada earlier was just because, why was I hating on them earlier, actually? I mean, I had some beef with the way your I think he's former leader now, ran things. Giving yourself emergency powers just so that you can't have an election was kind of messed up. But outside of that, you know, the people there are great. I love Canadians. I just have a little bit of beef with that one guy. That's all. $25,000 square feet. That's a huge escape room. How long does it take to complete? That's impressive. But like, I'm just trying to think. You'd have to clear out like a whole day to do that. That's all you're doing. All good. Most people here aren't fans either, depending. That's fair. That's super fair. And I mean, that being said, you can have that beef with America too. I totally get it. It's just here the laws don't allow for that. Although there are loopholes, it's just after your 2 terms, you're screwed. You can't do anything beyond that. But I'm sure Canada will change that up because that was from what I heard, most people did not love how that turned out. So thank you for the follow, Parasu. Appreciate it. Oh, you are flying. Okay. I wasn't imagining that. Well, that was short-lived, but appreciate it nonetheless. Let's see. Cheaper cows. I need to make that a poll. Sorry, I didn't see that. What the actual sigmatic rizational tidians? I want to ban you so badly, Lamb, but I don't think I can bring myself to do it. But that was awful. That was awful. Cheaper cows, there's the poll. Enjoy. Make it good, guys. Pick the right choice. Pick the right choice, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. We all know the correct answer here. I am losing my voice. It is so bad. Love you too, Hunk. That's crazy. I mean, from other countries, my brain stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't read. I didn't read your other message. I think the most people are. I think the most people from other countries are thinking that Germans are smart. Actually, I'm not. I'm in the 8th class, and I still think that 2 + 1 = 21. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Everybody learns at their own pace. I would say Germans are stereotypically like really, really good at math and engineering in specific. But that's just due to the history that Germany brings. I mean, historically speaking, outside of the darker things that Germany had done, you know, they were very, very, very good at engineering. You can thank a lot of the modern automobiles and train systems and highways even were all due to Germany's ingenuity, and it's really interesting learning about all the cool things that we got from Germany. It's really, really cool. But yes, it's okay if you aren't, you know, the most inept at math. From what I've gathered from you, Cinnamon, you're a relatively creative person, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm more into the creative side of things. Hate math. Hate it with a passion. But I really do love creative stuff. You know, that's all I do here is creative work. I mean, it's all in survival mode, but I mean, you know, you live life however you can, and you know, some of our brains work better with factual based jobs and subjects, but some of us work better off with that creative stuff where it's like you take an idea and you make it a little more abstract, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Not the J word. I know I said the J word again. I'm sorry. Ah, man. I'm not even gonna read your messages. That's awful. Cows won by a landslide, 3-0. GG's. Where's the IP? If you do !IP in the chat, it gets you all the info. But I'll go ahead and put it in there for you. Boop. It'll load in eventually. There it goes. Okay. That's actually beautiful, and thanks. No problem. California is the biggest American one. I want to go to it. Make it a goal, man. Do it. Go to California and see the America's largest escape room. Water now. Thank you very much, Mountain Fear. I appreciate you. You're looking out for me. Somebody's gotta. I have some like pure honey here. I stole these honey packets. I don't even remember from where. I didn't steal them. We bought food and they brought the honey packets, and I may or may not have taken a bunch. Who's that? Is that Jorby? That is Jorby. Okay. I was like, is this another guy that's gonna be fly hacking? No, it's Jorby. We're good. I do have these. I could drink these. That would help my throat probably. Realism. Okay, hang on. I gotta crack my knuckles. I know that's not everybody's favorite sound, but I need to. I'm sorry. I gotta crack everything. My body is craving this pressure relief. Okay, there's one. That side's not gonna do it. That's fine. And then the back. There we go. One side. Two sides. Okay, we're good. We're chilling. Bread. I don't see bread, but bread. The bread. We like bread. Bread is good. Do you guys like bread? How do you like your bread? Do you like it toasted? Do you like it untoasted, I guess? Do you like it with butter? Or hear me out, go to Texas Roadhouse. You like their bread? Their bread is good. And they have like their own special butter as well. It's very good. Bagels are good, yes. What's your favorite kind of bread? Let's talk about that. That's an interesting conversation, really. That's how you get to know people, I would say. I think I'm gonna make me a tea. I'm watching the stream besides, and I'm not writing in the chat. All right, sounds good, Cinnamon. Thanks for popping in. Enjoy the tea and enjoy the stream. Cracking your body or stretching is that's I can't say that, but I kind of get what you mean, I think. Yeah, it feels it's whole nother plane of existence when you stretch. Just feels great. If I really wanted to right now, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go back all the way, but you guys are about to see me like have the best stretch of my life. Just gonna. Ay, there we go. Okay, that felt nice. I just need to scoot up a little bit. I don't know if the chair's gonna, but my shoulders are like all good, Jorby. You do, you, man. You do. Ah, that felt kind of nice. My chair is unfortunately a little wide. If these pokey bits were like a little more in, I could have had a really nice stretch, but it's all good. It's all good. This is my brother's head. Why'd he die? Did I do a face on the bottom? I did. I made him this skin. I feel so proud of it. It's great. It's beautiful. My bad. Oh, you're all good, dude. You're all good. Screw zodiac signs. What is your favorite bread? Exactly. Don't tell me what shape the stars were in when you were born. Which, I mean, like, that's cool enough, I guess, but it's not gonna tell me anything about you. You know what will? Bread. I like all breads, really. Okay, yeah, I like most breads. There are some breads I don't love. Wheat being one of them, whole wheat. Although I don't know if I know very many people who do love whole wheat bread. They usually eat it because they prefer that over other breads because it's like, okay, you know, calorie counting, sugar contents, all those things. That's completely valid, but I don't think I know very many or anyone that actually likes whole wheat. Sourdough toasted with butter or baguettes. Baguettes. Oh, yes. I like the way you think, X. I like the way you think. Please allow my message. I beg the blessing of the message to be upon Mountain Fear. Oh, boy. Okay, I'll allow it. Let's see. That W stretch when you wake up. Oh, yes. When you wake up in the morning and like you just separate your hips from the rest of your body by stretching out from your like toes all the way up your forehead. It's like that is next level stretching right there. I approve, yes. I have not gotten to stretch like that in a while though. I don't know if this is like actually executive dysfunction, and I don't know if it has anything to do with ADHD necessarily, but I have strong belief that it might be. Getting up out of bed is hard, and it's not because I don't want to. Like, I want to get up. I want to do things. But there is a disconnect in my brain of what I want to do and what I actually do. And so I do not do what I want to do. and it sucks. But maybe it'll get better. I don't know. Otherwise, I'm kind of in trouble, but I'd like for it to get better. So, we'll see. That is a thing I deal with. And so, I don't stretch usually. I just lay there, and I want to stretch. But I can't fight the battle of stretching or actually getting out of bed. I have to pick one and go with it, which sucks. Oh well. Hello, Floof. Welcome on in. Thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it, bro. Now I have tea. Actually, I think I like Roggenbrot. I think I'm too lazy to translate it to English. Let me look that up. Let me look that up. Oh, rye bread. Okay, cool. Rye is a good bread. I do like it. You get some butter on there. Oh, I just like butter. You guys can tell how American I am. I love me some butter. Oh my goodness. Put like a slab of butter on a little piece of bread. That's all I want. Just butter. No, I actually do think there is too much butter. At a certain point, you know, it starts to become a little sickening. But I do like some butter. Also, ads are gonna be starting on the Twitch side. If you guys want to avoid those, you can hop over to the YouTube stream. A link will be posted when they happen. I'm sorry that they happen. I can't stop them at this point. I would just chomp on some butter. I mean, I can't blame you there. I probably would too. But after a certain point, I'm done. Like, it's only gonna be a couple of chomps. But I do like some. I've done it. You've lived the experience. Or toasted toast with Nutella. Ooh. I haven't had Nutella in forever, but I do love peanut butter. Which I know is not at all the same thing, but I do like peanut butter. That's my go-to spread, usually. I can't say I've tried Nutella. Is it a cream or something? It's kind of like a chocolate spread for bread and other types of toppings, other types of foods, I guess. Like, you could put it on toast, pancakes, waffles. What other things do people put Nutella on? Some people just eat it by the spoonful. It's kind of like peanut butter in a lot of regards, because the same things you would put peanut butter on, you could put Nutella on. Some people mix the two. Peanut butter and Nutella go together very well. I mean, chocolate and peanut butter, you know? So it's very good, but I've not had it in a while. We have some, I just don't know if I'm allowed to eat it. My mom bought some, but I will not dare eat anything in the house unless I'm specifically told by my mom that I can eat it. Because I know the second I eat something is the second she's looking for it, and she's like, where'd it go? And I'm like, about that, I ate it. It's not that she'd kill me, but she'd be very severely disappointed that I did that. So I just wait until I get the all clear. Then I might eat it. I may go, you know what, I don't want it anymore because you told me that I could have it. Okay, this isn't awful. I kind of hate it, but I might replace all the path blocks with, like, moss. And then it would be done. You just joined stream. What's up? Hello, I am me. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. We are currently working on a pathway for my Hobbit village here. We're going to be doing some trees and stuff. at some point again, but we're just trying to finish up the pathway today. And I think it's going pretty good. This is on my viewer joinable server, so if you guys, any of you would like to join the server, you're more than welcome to. If you do !IP in the chat, it will post both the IP and the port, so if you're on Bedrock or Java Edition, you can join. But that's up to you guys. Let's see. They're trying to make me buy a card game. I'm sorry. When I'm going to the supermarket, I see Nutella everywhere. Interesting. We don't see it. I don't see it super often where I live, but it does exist in certain aisles. Here's my Hobbit house. Yes, we love some good old Tolkien. This is my interpretation of Bilbo Baggins' house, sort of loosely. We had, of course, the Hobbit movie and the Lord of the Rings movies as inspiration for this, because it was actually, we took the Lego set that was inspired by the movies, and then we got our build inspired by that. So that's kind of what I built here, roughly, sort of. And then I just kind of made the inside neat, because why not? And I don't know, can I click that? I can't. Dang it. Well, I've got actually like part of the first chapter of The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. I wrote it out on that book. It's kind of fun. Wow, words are hard. I'm gonna lose my voice if I'm not careful. I gotta be really, really cognizant that my vocal cords are giving up. They ain't over for me. No, I'm sorry. Hydrate. I've got like 1 drop of water. Thank you, Mountain Fear. Appreciate it. Reg, they tried to make me buy a card game. I'm sorry. What card game, if you don't mind me asking? Probably trying to think what they advertise nowadays. It may have been Magic. Oh no. Make him get more water or no? I don't know if I want to run that poll. Magic the Gathering? Yeah, okay. Let's see. How old are you? I am 20. I'll be 21 in just about a month. I'm getting old. More water. Yes. No. Boop. Okay. Sam, I'm 21 now. Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome, dude. I'm gonna be joining the club very soon. Never give up. Thank you, D-Rex. I appreciate you. I have a job though. I feel called out. I feel called out. I'm 17. Nice, nice. Unk. Okay. You did not have to call me Unk. What the heck, man? I saw in your thing it says Christian, and I'm just curious, did you turn Christianity, or were you always Christian? Well, I don't think... I mean, in the classic sense of what you mean, I would have been probably considered always Christian, but I do want to drive a distinction there. I don't believe you can always be a Christian. There's a moment that happens eventually in your life where you do decide. Just for anybody out there, that's something I believe fully and wholeheartedly. But it was around 5 years old when I decided that that's what I wanted to do. So not always, but technically speaking, always, because, you know, in the grand scheme of things, 5 years old, that's that's 5% of your life, let's say, if you live to be 100, which maybe I will, who knows? You know, that's such a small portion of your life that you can almost consider it as always being Christian. Absolutely. But I was raised in the church. But ultimately I still chose to become one. God, Reg, I'm like, you no water? No water. Ah, man. Ran half of a mile. Nice, Swiftu. Nice. Let's see. Boop. Let's see. The plus spoken, but I don't wanna get up and get water, man. I just wanna play Minecraft. Yes, takes all majority. Now I will get water here in a minute. I will. Um, our Armandas. Hello. Let's see. What denomination? I'm a Protestant. I don't love talking about my denomination on stream because not because I'm embarrassed of it, but more so I've said so much on it already that it's not incredibly difficult to find me once you know what denomination. So I don't talk about it, but it is one of them. I'm not non-denominational, and I can tell you, based on some other things I've said, I'm not Baptist, but I do have a denomination. I do have to keep some amount of privacy, even though it is something I do enjoy talking about. I love talking religion with people. It's a very interesting conversation. If it is done soon, then I need to sleep. All right, sounds good, Swifty. Get some rest if you need. When I was 4, I thought that nurse in English sixth sister is. Thought that Krankenschwester nurse in English sixth sister is. Okay, I get it. That's probably literal translation actually. Because Schwester is sister, if I'm not mistaken, correct? That sounds right to me. My brother was learning German at some point, so I'm kind of going based off of what I remember him saying. Like Bruder is brother, if I'm not mistaken. So Schwester would be sister, I think, because Kranken is like sick and Schwester is sister. Okay, I was right there. I was right. Devil's Tower. No worries, man. All good. What's the main difference from your denomination from base Christianity? That's a question. That is a question, Swifty. So base Christianity, I guess we gotta define what that is. I don't mean to like pull out like the whole legalistic thing here, but I don't want to like I want to make sure we're on the same definition. So I guess like based on exactly what the Bible says, that still would be us in my opinion because we get all of our information from the Bible. But I will go based off of popular Christianity. So things that Christians do, but ours doesn't, or that they don't do, but we do. So one thing in specific is we don't drink. We don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't do drugs, any of that. But drinking is one in specific that we do not do. And the reason for that is not because we believe drinking itself is a sin, but drunkenness is a sin. And that all comes out of several passages. You can read those if you'd like. But the reason we believe that you should not drink is more so as a stumbling block. For some people, they don't understand when to stop. If you weren't drinking to get drunk, then it's okay. But it's easier for us as full-fledged believers to go, we know to get drunk is not good, so we can stop before then. But for somebody who doesn't know or hasn't been within the church for very long or doesn't know about any of that at all, we're going to do this in a silly voice. Okay, is this Kermit time? Donald J. Trump. You want Donald J. Trump? I will give you Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump. So, hey Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes, please. 5 minutes. So we believe that drinking is not good. Not good. Because drunkenness is a sin. And we believe that it's easier to lead people to righteousness by being set apart, different from the rest of creation. And so that means not taking part in worldly activities. So I believe that to drink is quite honestly wrong for me and for most of our denomination. We do believe that it's not good. However, we don't judge, or we try not to. It is a highly debated topic within the church. Another one that we believe in that a lot of people are going to yell at me for, and I'm not going to get into it. We're not going to argue. We're not going to do it. Women in ministry, they're allowed. God used women at the beginning of the time when Jesus raised from the dead to talk to all of the disciples to spread the word of his resurrection. Beyond that, you have the high priestess Anna. You have, what's her name? Priscilla and Aquila, who Paul says in his gospel, or not in his gospel, sorry. Priscilla and Aquila, within his letters, that he says to welcome them as you welcome him. And you welcome Paul as a preacher and a teacher within the church. So that means that you also have to welcome Priscilla and Aquila as a teacher in the church. So Priscilla, therefore, is also a woman, if you didn't know. And so I don't think you can truly get away from women in ministry, in all honesty. God uses women in many wonderful ways. I love women. Women love me. And women are great. There's no reason God can't use women to teach. There's no reason. And I firmly and totally believe that. Do women really love King Ragnarok? I believe women love King Ragnarok. I do. Do women really love King Ragnarok? Yes or no? The poll will speak. My numbers will do great. The people love me. They do. Those of you who vote no, you're wrong. You're bond paid for. I demand a recount. It was a rigged election. It was stolen. Let me catch up on chat. Remember, no kiss. Your brother still learning German? I don't think he does. I don't think he learns German anymore, but he tries to keep up with it on occasion. What are your thoughts on Eastern philosophy? I would like a little bit of an in-depth explanation by what you mean Eastern philosophy, but I'm willing to hear you out. My denomination tends to change as needed. I see. We're not against change, but we do use the Bible first and foremost as our explanation. So whatever it says is set in stone. It doesn't change, but sometimes we do revisit things and we go, hey, we need to make this more clear. We need to say what we actually think. We need to expand upon what we mean when we read Revelation. When is this done? I want to be done. My dad is Christian and he drinks a little, and that's okay. It's not a sin to drink a little. It's a really bad time in the world to do this voice. At least you're not telling me tomorrow. Yeah, that would be bad. That would be pretty bad. My Mine has changed based on whether or not the church I go to with denomination is true to Scripture. Scripture is key. That is the first and foremost deciding factor on your beliefs, and it is supreme authority. Nothing a human says can and will change what Scripture says, and Scripture is from God himself, so you can't change that as a human being. We can't read it and bring our own beliefs onto it. That's... A lot of people want to paint Scripture in that way, but you can't. That's not how that works. I had to do a lot of stuff. No worries, Brittany. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Also curious to know what's your favorite worship song. I don't know, actually. Unfortunately, a lot of them just get overplayed and I begin to hate them, which is sad. But I think people play a lot of worship music just to try to get a reaction out of people. They try to science their way through a relationship with God, and that's not how that works. Worship music is not supposed to be scientific in that regard, and I think a lot of people, a lot of worship leaders especially, are guilty of sitting there and trying to go, this one will elicit a response out of our congregation, let's do this one. And it's like, you're leaning on your own human understanding too much, I think. That's all. Now that might be an unpopular opinion, and you guys could probably shoot me for saying that, but that's okay. Demand a recount as a rigged election. Might need to resurrect Lee Harvey to cough cough get rid of Why? Not Lee Harvey, no. I only think that women ought to be head past, not pastors, but I believe women as deacons, women worship pastors, judges, ministry is biblical. See, I'm not gonna get into it. There's some things I struggle with there. But I also see where some people do get that, that understanding. 50-50 smoker coming out tonight. It is full force, yup. Half the women in the world love, and the other half doesn't. I'll take that. Half is good. Half is good. I just gotta find that half. I'm a very unlucky man. I meet the other half. For me, is in German, just A-O-U and be a little bit confusing. A-O-U, I think. I don't know. How long are you planning to do the stream? You know, I'm not too sure. I'm getting distracted, I know that, and I really should probably not go too terribly long, because I've got to leave. I gotta leave 9 in the morning, so I gotta be up at like 8:30. King just wants one woman, to be honest. Exactly. If I can get just one woman who's somewhat honest with me, we'll be fine. W question. That's crazy. That's crazy. What the heck? Did I finish placing all the andesite? I don't think I did. Where did I stop? I'm sorry, I'm confused. We did not finish the andesite. Okay. At all. I thought we did. I have a question. What's up, Brittany? I might have an answer. What's the scariest mob in normal Minecraft? The Warden. I remember very, very distinctly my first experience with the Warden was terrifying. It chased me around, and there were so many that spawned because I just kept running. I couldn't be quiet. It was scary. I'm too emotionally fatigued to keep playing on attribute. How do I tell my teammates? Just be honest with them. Tell them that, you know, you're not feeling it, and if you feel like you're up to it later, you can always come back. But, you know, you can leave your gear with someone else if you need to, but it's perfectly acceptable to take a break for the day. Oh, well, in that case, just tell them that you don't feel like playing today, and let that be. If they keep pushing and prying, tell them, you know, that you mean it, and let your yes be yes and your no be no. It's hard sometimes, especially with peer pressure, but you'll be better off for it without forcing yourself to do it. I think the creaking are rewarding because the creaking like looks like it's a mod. The creaking is scary. Yeah, I kind of forgot about him. A U O U and what? How does a B looking letter make the sound? That's impressive. That's really impressive. You know, that's confusing. That's really, really confusing. I only can work with the default symbols in alphabet. I struggle with anything expanded beyond that. Accent letters throw me off. Now this is the kind of server I love to play on. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Jorby. I've been working hard on trying to make King SMP special. And it's maybe not quite where I want it to be yet, but that's okay. It'll get there someday. Just say no if they're harsh about it. Say that you make decisions in your life. Heck yeah. It was scarier when the warden told me he was in love with King. That is scary. That is really scary. I'm a woman, by the way. It isn't a sexist mindset for me. As a woman, I just know that we tend to lead more in emotions than facts, and I know this as one. And I wouldn't wish the responsibility that I lead upon most women, as I used to have beliefs based solely on my emotions rather than the truth. And if you lead anyone astray, it would be better that you are thrown with a millstone tied around your neck. That's a lot of responsibility for one to have, and I wouldn't wish that upon a woman. That's fair. That's fair. The reason I look into it is purely because in several places in scripture, it does say that women have some amount of authority just based on the actions that God very much allowed them to do. And beyond that, if they are in a lead role, God appointed, then God is saying essentially that he trusts you to make those right calls. So I would say, in all honesty, you know, if it's God appointed for you to be in a leadership position, then he trusts you with that leadership style, and he's going to lead you through it still. Ultimately, you're not the leader, you know? You still answer to a boss. I do see your point, though. Yes, women do tend to be emotionally oriented, and that's perfectly okay. That's a different style. Men are also very, very in touch with their emotions in sometimes very bad ways. But how do I say this without it sounding bad? More often than not, women are more like susceptible to be influenced by their emotions. That is true. Yes, but Priscilla was a deacon. But also, Paul also said, receive Priscilla as you would me. So, you know, I like I said, I see what you're saying, but I struggle with seeing how we can say, you know, when he says that he doesn't mean as a leader when he was very much received as a leader. I get what you're saying. I do. It's just that is one struggle I have with that teaching, and you know, ultimately I go, it's up to God. If he's going to use a woman to teach, then that's great. If she's going to lead, that's great. It doesn't harm me either way, in all honesty, though, because I'm a guy, you know. I'm not the guy, the target of that. Not that there is a target necessarily. I should kind of mention that. But I also see where people are coming from. I do. Let's see. That's white or no, and the you say as the fluent Weiss, I guess. Weiss. I don't know where to make my tongue stop on that one. That's scary. Bro, I also had no idea the creaking was a thing, so I went to the forest and I almost passed out when it damaged me. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I could imagine getting snuck up by by one of those would be kind of scary. I get that. Yeah, it's like that, but a little bit slower. Weiss. White. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know how to make my mouth do that. Funny that you mentioned stuff about Christianity when people like me are in the room. I often think Christianity and LGBT plus don't mix well. I don't think my beliefs or your lifestyle can make us incompatible to be friends, you know? I think it's just those quirks about us as people, you know? I think that's what's broken in the world, in all honesty, is the lack of understanding. We are so quick to judge and cut people off because they don't agree with us, and that's not okay. That's not love. That's not even humanity, really. That's just awful. I'm not gonna push you out because you don't agree with me, just like you wouldn't push me out because you don't agree with me. And I think that's beautiful right there. And I think everybody could do with learning that lesson a little bit stronger. You know, I may not agree with everything everybody does, but that's okay. Pastor Egg? No. It's funny that you mentioned that, though. A lot of people have asked about it. King, do you like the new memes I still took? I will have to check them out. I haven't been able to look at Discord much today. The crab one was funny. That one caught me off guard. I did see that one. To add to this, the big thing to note is that all leadership roles are not the same and different in their own right. That is true. Yes, that is very true. Let's see. That's it. Now it is 3 a.m. Oh my gosh, Cinnamon, if you can get some sleep, please do. Please do. I believe in God. Some people don't believe in God, but I love God and I'm a Christian. That's awesome, Brittany. I'm really glad for you. I think it's very interesting in our attempt to be as holy as we can be. Sometimes we forget that our mission, first and foremost, is to go out and make disciples of all nations as Christians. And so to cut out the world entirely means that you can't effectively do that. It doesn't mean you have to go out and be a part of the world, but rather it's okay to have friends who don't believe the same things as you, and it's okay to have it's perfectly okay to you know, to have friends outside of the church. Because that's how Jesus won people over in the first place. He didn't win them over by not talking to the tax collectors and the greedy the greedy soldiers and the downcast. I mean, he went out and found those people, and he said specifically, "Follow me." He turned those people's lives around, you know? It's not, and that's not what you have to do for other people. You don't have to do that with the intent of changing them. But you gotta be their friend, because who knows what happens through you in those hard times. You know, I'm not I'm not sitting here preying on my friends to have a hard time that I can help them through. But if there is ever a hard time, I want to be there for them. And, you know, maybe I get the opportunity to lead them somewhere, but that's, you know, again, not my purpose of being their friend. My purpose of being their friend is I just enjoy being with them, you know? So what? We don't agree on religion. That's fine. Let's see. I think some people think that Christianity is a religion, like you have to follow a set of rules, but really it's a relationship with the Heavenly Father. Exactly. There is a set of rules, but those rules you naturally follow by the fact that you love and you have a relation with God. Otherwise, you wouldn't. Just following the rules isn't what the commandment was. The rules were there because people didn't understand how to follow his will. So the rules were made and implemented to kind of help people. But by your fruits, you will know, they will know your mind. So their first and foremost step should be to try to emulate Christ and to be following him. But as a byproduct of that, you will, as a person, change. It's really interesting, though. I have no religion, but I respect Christians. Is that word? Yeah. And I appreciate that, and you know, I'm not gonna force you into anything. I'm just gonna sit here and talk about it because other people are asking. But usually, I don't actually talk about it very much on stream, not because I'm embarrassed or ashamed, but rather, that's not why I'm here. I mean, it's part of why I'm here ultimately, but that's not my main mission here on Twitch or on YouTube, you know? Hi Toothless, welcome on in. Welcome, hope you're doing well. And Brittany, thanks for popping in, I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your night. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I'll be back Monday. Hello, Christine. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Okay. I wish I could be a philosopher, man. I would be such a good philosopher. But unfortunately, you don't really get paid to be a philosopher unless you write a really big book, but I don't have the attention span to write a big book. So, alas, I am trapped. I don't follow religion, I follow the commandments of gamer, and I respect that, you know? I think as long as you're at least a somewhat decent person to anybody, then we can be friends. It doesn't matter if you believe the same thing or not. Just don't treat people like trash. That's the only rule I really have. Play the Italian brain rot song. I'm not familiar with that one. Crab, brum break. Question, do you ever listen or watch Cliff Stewart? He really helped a lot with my faith. I don't think I've ever watched Cliff, but I've heard of him, yeah. Am I really fast at swapping my Elytra or what? Decently fast, yeah. I don't know if I can swap fast or not. I don't know how fast the server actually will register it is the other thing. There might be a rate limit on it, technically. I don't know. Decently fast, though. No, I mean keybinding away and then keybinding back and then swapping. Oh, in that case, yeah, you're doing that pretty fast. Jeez. What is your favorite country, if you don't mind me asking? It's gonna be a crime for me to say this, but I'm gonna say the United States. I unfortunately, I've never been anywhere else, but the United States, I love my country. And maybe there's moments where I don't love it as much as I would like to, but it's a pretty dang good country. And I stand by that. Bias? Oh yeah, it's absolutely bias. If I can't pick my country though, I would probably pick like Scotland or Ireland maybe. I do like Ireland. I've been told I have a thing for redheads. I don't know if that has any bearing on it, but it might. What else? New Zealand is very pretty. Australia would be a good one to go to, but I don't know about the spiders, in all honesty. I can deal with the spiders here, but they're way worse. They are way, way worse on Australia, so I don't know if I really want to go there. It's okay, I love Germany too, but it's not my favorite country. I like Russia. Okay. Russia's pretty cool. They've got some really pretty views. There's some definitely good things about Russia. Germany's a very cool country too as well. It's just, unfortunately, I don't know a ton about its geography, necessarily. We need to abandon the culture of cancellation, be willing to disagree and have respectful dialogue. To give an example, the kind of love we should have for human beings is by being a friend to the most vile person we can think of. Being a friend means tough love, so if my friend was, I don't know, I can't say that word, but yes, then my goal as a friend would be to help him away from that evil. We shouldn't abandon, but be willing to be that friend that corrects and love. Yes. And like you said, your end goal is ultimately just to love him, and you're hoping with that love that it corrects him and moves him from being, you know, somebody who says and does some really awful things and believes really awful things, you know? And that is maybe not perfect love, but as close to perfect as I think some of us, or most of us, probably can attain. I mean, beyond that, I guess you got greater love knows no one than this than to lay down one's life for one's friends, but in love that you're living out, rather, it's to love them even in their worst moments, when they're dirty, quote-unquote unclean, when they're the scum of the earth. Yeah, I don't have much else to add to that, but yeah. Being a monster is a choice. We can choose to love them that need love the most. Absolutely. Absolutely. Should I try to practice not using electric keybinds? Electric keybinds? My muscle memory kicks in every time I do an electric hit on PvP Legacy. I don't know. I mean, that's up to you. I'm not too familiar with PvP in all honesty, so I don't know all the strats. It may be beneficial that you do have the practice. I don't know. I can map out every country in West Asia. That's impressive. I don't know. Australia is too beautiful, but for me, there are too many spiders. That's so fair. One of New Zealand's flag was gonna be a laser-eyed kiwi. There's no way. That's awesome. Tech media? Okay. Boop. That is so amazing. I'm scared because one day there are going to be 100%. There's going to be some silly flags out there. And one day that's going to be something that I'm teaching my grandkids. It's going to be like, I'm sitting there by a fireplace. I'm going to be like, and so today we're going to be reading the Book of Flags. And we're going to be looking at all the flags, Sonny. And what's this flag? Oh, that's the flag of What flag is that? That's Japan, and that you see that is anime. That is the ancient art of our ancestors. Like, you know, that's me being silly. I don't know if Japan's ever gonna change their flag again. I did say again intentionally that they used to have other flags. But that's a very possible reality, is they could genuinely have an anime girl flag in 20, 30, 40 years, you know? Show Devil's Tower again? Did you mean to create Devil's Tower? I didn't, no. Did I do it? Was it the mountain or the volcano? I actually, hang on. Let me look up a picture of Devil's Tower, and I'll find the exact place. Devil's Tower. Oh, I kind of did. Hang on, I'm gonna sleep so you guys can see it a little better. That sun is overwhelming. If I can. There we go. I did not mean to create Devil's Tower, no. That's cool. Let's fly over here. Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like it now I'm looking. Here, let's sit here. If it was just like a little wider, I think it would probably... Huh. I didn't do too shabby not knowing that I was making it. You climbed it last year. Oh, that's really cool. It's still pretty fresh in the memory then. Did I hear Discord? I may have... No, I think I did. I don't know. I didn't. No, I'm just imagining it. I saw it. Looks like climbing. I might have to try something. There's a YouTuber I really like. His name is Avid MC, and he has a lot of cool videos. But he builds things, or he built one thing from real life. He built a really cool tree. He went out and found a tree out in the wild, and then took pictures of it, built it in Minecraft. I'd kind of like to do that, but with like, we could do mountains. We could do some old historical buildings and such. That could be interesting. I'll have to think about that. That's interesting. That gave me a cool idea. Thank you. I think I know every Bunsland. My English sucks in Germany. I'm not entirely sure what you were saying, but you know what? I'm here for it. Yes, you told us about Izoka in a previous stream? I did. I probably did, yeah. I'm really good at telling you guys things over and over again. My memory is so bad. Oh, hello. I don't want Amex Gold. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I have a spiritual question. How do we think we could help someone forgive or not seek revenge for someone, even though our anger is still there? That's a good question. I've been there. I've been angry. Very angry before. So, okay, yeah, I got this. So recently, I've not been a stranger to talking about this recently, so we'll go in and get into it a little bit. I had a friend, he backstabbed terribly. Went across several boundaries, proceeded to spread rumors and a whole bunch of things after we blocked him. We blocked him out of love. Let me explain that really quick, because I realize that's really concerning. You shouldn't block people, right? Okay, so somebody goes past your boundary several times, you ask them to stop. If they don't stop, then you need to do what's right for you. So you have to cut them off at some point, and you do that out of love, not because you're trying to preserve yourself necessarily. That is part of it, but also for their own good. Sometimes people don't learn until you go to an extreme, and that doesn't mean you need to hurt them necessarily. Kit, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thanks for choosing me for your prime. Thank you, thank you. Good night, Cinnamon. Thanks for hanging out. Go get some sleep. It's 4 a.m. You're very nice. I like the vibe you're seeing in your next stream. Good night. Good night, Cinnamon. Thanks for hanging out. Good question. It's a very good question. Whereas Kit Bibro, dead. She's been dead. She got resurrected or something. I don't know. She's been busy though. Seriously, guys. Kit has been so busy, and I have mad respect for her. Okay, don't give her any crap for being busy. I promise you, it's for good reasons. Usually, I can't say for everything, but I know a little. Anyway, right, we were talking about I had a friend, did some things, really not great. He backstabbed, went across several boundaries. We blocked him because we were hoping that maybe he'll get better if we do that. So he went behind our backs, said some awful things, and I wanted so badly to get back at him. I was angry. And if you guys knew half the things he said and did, you'd probably say justifiably so. I wanted so badly to make a video and to say some really nasty things in response. And most of what I was wanting to say were real. It wasn't like I was making up stuff like when he did. But it wasn't okay for me to retaliate. And I'll admit, I probably went too far even in the small bits I did, but I held back heavily. And I let it go, even though it was hard, even though it kept coming back up. I kid you not, I stayed up one night. I was up till 4 or 5 in the morning, writing a whole document about all the things he said and did to bring to light the kind of person he was being. And I did record it. And I did edit most of it. I went in actually the very next day to put in the finishing touches and render it. And I would have regretted it. And thankfully, the video got corrupted. And when the video got corrupted, I realized, you know what? That's not me. All that, what I said there, that was a different version of me. And I'm not happy with what he thought and said and did. And I'm not happy with the way I was treated. But I need to let go. Because it's turning me into something I'm not. Divine intervention. Exactly. Exactly. I've never had a video corrupt on me except for that one time. So I know a lot of people think I'm weird for saying this, but that right there, those small things where it stops you from doing stupid things, that's God. That's God, man. You can't tell me otherwise. Can I play with you? Absolutely, Augustus. If you do exclamation mark IP in the chat, it'll get you all the information you need. If I lose power, just know I'm not coming back. I might lose power. It's okay though. So yes, divine intervention. That happened. And that was the moment I realized I was going too far. I didn't need to go as far as he went. I didn't need revenge. I didn't need to clear my name because my innocence proved itself. I was able to take a step back at that moment. And the people he was hurting wasn't just me. That's why I was angry. It wasn't really about me. But it was about the people he was dragging into it. He was dragging in, I'm not going to name names, but he was dragging in one of my other friends who I was very close to and still is very close to. He was dragging in and saying things about several of my community members and escalating things further and further and further. And it made me very, 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 very angry about what he was saying, more so about my friends. Me, you can say whatever you want to my face. You can be mad at me, whatever. I was okay with that because that's where it started. But when it went beyond me and it went to my friends, that's where I lose my temper. And I'm glad that I didn't, or I ultimately didn't do it publicly. The thing I think a lot of people miss with anger is it's not wrong to be mad. It's not wrong to be. It's not wrong to feel things, okay? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little angry, sure. But I'm not vengeful about it. And that's the difference. You can be upset, you can be angry, you can be sad, you can feel any emotion at any point in time. But it's about what you do with that emotion that makes it wrong. There you go. I'm telling you guys, I'd be a great philosopher. Somebody hooked me up with what's the what was one of the Galileo? Was he one of the philosophers? I suddenly can't think of any of the philosophers, but Galileo comes to mind. He's not even like one of the popular ones either. Okay, let me catch up on chat. I'm sorry. That was a tangent, but I felt it important. Gross ads, I know, they're terrible. They're terrible. Also, Kit, how are you doing? It's good to see you. There's a biological function in nature called aposematism is when animals have a bright color symbol or pattern on their bodies to warn of predators. Black widows have a red hourglass. Water moccasin snakes have their cotton white mouths, and Australia has Australia. Yeah, yeah, that's accurate. That is so real. Look at me, you're juggling arrows. That's not healthy, but you know what? You do you, man. Also, let me sleep really quick. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna read chat. I promise. I promise. I do. Okay. How you been in Reg W? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm really tired all the time, and I'm chronically behind. But I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so what more do I need? Am I right? Those are so loud. Why are phantoms? Oh my goodness. Can I? Individual sounds. Oh, hey. Individual sounds. Okay, phantom. I'm just gonna drop those down by like half. Okay, there we go. I'm hearing thunder in the distance. What am I doing? Okay, IP. Right, there you go. That's how you play Augustus. That'll give you all the info you need. Want to see my axe name? Sure. Boop. Get dunked on. Beautiful. Beautiful. I approve. Aristotle. Thank you. That's who I was thinking of. I knew there was one that started with an A, and I was thinking Apollo. Which, I'm trying to think who is Apollo. That's a rocket, but Apollo Creed from Rocky. Not quite a philosopher, but might as well have been one. Apollo 7 moon landing, yes. Aristotle. Oh, come on, there's more. I don't know. I don't know. The angry instant, not exactly. Exactly. Chicken hockey? What is chicken hockey? I think they meant to say chicken jockey, but they accidentally hit an H instead of a J. Ah, yes, the good old internet. Or was it an internet phenomena? It was really an IRL phenomena. The chicken jockey. Good old Minecraft movie. Ooh, boy. Are we done with the pathway? I don't hate it. I don't love it, though. I don't know. I may take tonight to think on it. I'm losing my voice. I don't know what happened, but I have ever so slightly started losing it, and it's not coming back. Okay. What time is it? It's 10. Did we just have ads? We did. Okay, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. I was gonna say if yeah, we'll wait. Okay. Um, we'll give ourselves like 30 more minutes. That will stop before the next level of ads, and it will give me time to work on stuff. So, I hate. You can tell I think about this way too much. I overthink things. By, I have the gold star of overthinking. Really, I'm an overachiever. I don't want you guys to ever feel cheated by sitting through, ads. Those suck. I don't want you guys sitting through ads and then me ending stream right after. I hate that. I really do. So I will sit here and stream longer because I don't want you guys to ever feel cheated. It would be kind of like, okay, earlier today, I finished watching Star Wars Acolyte. Decent show. It was decent. But I finished watching it today. Disney Plus put an ad right before the final scene. And the final scene was like just a small thing at a hint of what might happen in the next season if they do one. Although I think they canceled it at this point. So, like, I had to sit through, I believe it was 2 minutes of ads for a 30-second scene. I was notably upset. I feel like it was fair for me to be upset about that, especially considering I had watched several ads throughout the episode already before that too. So for them to then shove an ad right at the end for 30 more seconds that ultimately won't go anywhere really ticked me off. So, I feel like that was justified though. Nope, get back here. Get back here. Oh my gosh, you're juking me. There we go. Okay. Augustus, how do I do that stuff? I've never done it before. What platform are you playing on, if you don't mind me asking? Like, are you on an Xbox, a phone, a PlayStation, Switch, computer? That will kind of help me help you. Okay. Jello, hello. How's it going, Soda? Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I have a good build suggestion for King SMP. Arleigh Burke class destroyer. That sounds like a ship, but let me go and look that up. That sounds like a really big ship, actually. Destroyer classes are usually big. Actually, that may not actually be all that big. Considering aircraft carriers are huge, I guess, yeah. Ooh. That is a really nice boat. Somebody was talking about US history earlier, and I just want to say something about that. If you ever want to learn anything about ships, or anything about the US, sorry. If you want to learn anything about that, I'm just going to say it. Don't touch the boats, okay? Everybody has learned the hard way in all of the United States history. Never touch our boats, okay? There's a story I remember very distinctly. Out of, I believe it was Vietnam. They were, the Navy was rolling in, and they were just driving. They saw this bunker in the hillside, and they were gonna ignore it because they had no reason to shoot at it. One of the soldiers inside the bunker decided to take a shot at the boat. So all you hear is this little ting. And all at once, the ship turns so that as many cannons can face this bunker at once. And all the guns point directly at this bunker, and they level the mountain, dude. the whole hillside gone. Just because somebody shot one little bullet at the ship. I'm not celebrating the casualties, but I'm just saying don't touch the US boats. That's the only rule that you have. Or Switch 2. Switch 2. I guess that is a Minecraft edition, isn't it? Xbox One. Okay, so there is an app that I would recommend you download for your mobile device. That will help you join. And I believe it's called Bedrock Together. Let me just double check. Yeah, so it's called Bedrock Together. And what you're going to do is it will allow you to join a Minecraft server. You'll use your phone. You'll download it on there. You'll type in the IP and the port there, and then you'll be able to join off of your Xbox if you're connected to the same Wi-Fi network. That's about the only way I can recommend you can do it right now. Unfortunately, console editions don't allow you to join by default, but there are some workarounds like what I mentioned. Yes, our boats. That saying was made when Pearl Harbor happened. Yeah. Yeah, Pearl Harbor is a prime example. Do not touch the U.S. boats. Was it a tragedy what happened afterwards? Yes, but I struggle with that on several fronts. It should never have escalated to the point where we had to do that, but the war would have dragged on longer and it would have been more casualty filled if we didn't do what we did. But I do struggle with the fact that so many people died. All with 2 bombs. Admittedly, they did have an opportunity to surrender both times. We warned them. But it's regrettable that that happened the way it did. It's hard because compassionately you're looking at it and saying it's a lose-lose to kill people. War is a net negative for humanity. But it's too idealistic to say we'll just not do war then, because by not doing war, you end up with where World War II Europe was. Because a lot of people refused to put Germany in check when all that was going on. Nobody wanted to stand up to them because they didn't want war. And things may have not ever escalated to where they did if it weren't for that. Now, that's all theoretical, so it may not be fair of me to say that, but it's something I do kind of wonder about. Gonna hang out with the fam, chat later. All right, sounds good. Tara, thanks for hanging out and enjoy the family. It was good seeing you, as always. Let's see. Hey, I play Minecraft on Bedrock. Have any mod recommendations for hardcore mode? Because I'm getting bored of Minecraft and it's making me kind of sad because it's my favorite game. I don't necessarily have any mod recommendations. I don't play modded very often. There are some things that I do recommend to just kind of give it some more immersion, which does help a little bit for me personally. So I use a couple of cool mods. Let me see if I can pull up my mod menu quick. So Apple Skin is just cool, but that's not gonna do anything. But continuity, connected textures, dynamic lighting. I like flashback and free cam, but again, those aren't gonna change your gameplay necessarily. I like shaders. I like Lightmatica. Sounds is a really interesting one. So if you hear me scroll through my hotbar here, it plays sounds. That's a little immersive. And then I've got dynamic sounds as well, so it echoes. So that's like something that builds the immersion for me. So I enjoy the game a little bit more from that. To answer your real question, because while modded is nice, it's a band-aid per se. You'll always be chasing the tail of how do I make this more fun. So it's more so to address why are you getting bored of Minecraft? And that's a tough question. It's a very reflective question. I'm sorry, you guys are getting really, really deep, King. Again, this is what you sign up for when you watch my stream. I apologize. So to be bored of Minecraft is interesting, and it's tough. I've struggled with it at times. I've realized that I've had to cut back a little bit because I was doing too much. I had too much going on. I was building too much. I was doing too many servers. I wasn't getting any of my projects done, so I never got the satisfaction of completion. So for me, what that looked like was I had to cut back my playtime a little bit more and do some other things, but at the same time, I also started trying to finish things because I had less time. Little puppy. I love their sound profiles that they have for the dogs. They're all unique now. It's awesome. Yeah, to answer the question of how to make Minecraft less boring, which really could be a video in and of itself, try something new. So maybe that means if you don't usually do mega builds, do a mega build. If you don't usually try out some of the new features like trial chambers, go try trial chamber.
Hello there.
Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Maybe it just means you need to take a break for a week or two and then come back. You know, there's no shame in taking a break. It is scary because I've been playing Minecraft for 13 years myself. When I felt Minecraft slipping from me and I was struggling to enjoy it, it was scary. Because it's one thing that's been constant throughout my entire life. That and then my video game idea. If I lose either of those two, I don't know who I am. You know, that's Minecraft and my video game. Those are two very, very distinct things, and they showed up around the same time, 13 years ago. I've had other constants, sure, and I appreciate them, but they've always left eventually. So to lose that one thing is terrifying. So be okay with taking a step back and saying, I want to rework how I look at you. Because you're not giving up on it. You're taking some time to think, and there's nothing wrong with that. Thanks, man. No problem. Thank you for asking, because I've been there. I've been there a lot, especially recently too. I mean, I'm struggling on Twitch SMP. I'll be real. I playing SMPs is hard when you're playing it single player. Not that Twitch SMP is single player, but I'm playing it like it's single player because I don't have a ton of people there. So it's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay to take a step back and go, I should try to figure this out. And I applaud you for wanting to figure it out. Food is done, but I need to shower, but my mother is showering first. Well, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Jorby is floating. Yeah, Jorby, there's a glitch with the land claims where you can place a block over and over again, and because it keeps disappearing, you can you can place more blocks. So you can kind of float. It's kind of cool. Hello. Here, you want some potatoes? Have some potatoes. Okay, you gotta make me cry. It's so deep. I can't help but think deep. It's who I am. I've had a lot of time to think lately, which is scary. There's a song by The Killers, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like, have all the songs been written? Have all the thoughts been thought? Have all the words been written? It's a really deep song, and it actually kind of reflects a similar fear of like am I ever gonna think all of the thoughts that I can ever think? Because technically speaking, you can't think every single thought, but at a certain point, your originality reaches an end because it's just spin-off thoughts. And to have an original thought in and of itself is almost heresy. I'm getting really deep. I'm so sorry. Every single thought done. Yeah, you've thought every single thought now. Did you just... I'm gonna assume I went crazy. I didn't just see that, did I? Okay, I did see it. I'm sorry, I have to ban you. It will lag the server if I let you do it. I know you're being silly, but... Oh my gosh, I thought I was just having psychosis. Okay, we're chilling. We've had 2 flyers today. It's fine, that's awesome. Yeah, I can't help but think. But yes, I will think deep thoughts, and that is one very, very deep thought of, like, thinking everything that you can think. There's another song that comes to mind just thinking about thinking all the things you can think. There's a song by some 41. And it's called Pieces, and one of the lines in there is, if you believe it's in my soul, I'd say every word that I know. Because I'm trying to let you know that I'm better off on my own. It's a wonderful song, very meaningful, and I highly encourage you guys, check it out sometime. It's a really good song, especially if you like rock of any kind. I would say you probably like it. But it's a very reflective song for me, because it's like, there have been many a times where I've been like, if I said everything that I could have to you, would it have changed anything? Because that's what the song really means to me. And it's weird. It's very, very weird to think like that. Because your brain can't live in the regrets. Because it's not good. It's not good. But it's where my brain lives right now. And you gotta be okay with that. Not so much regret, I guess, but more so the brain... My brain goes where it wants. I can't choose what I think about, necessarily. See, I think I have ADHD, and so I'm gonna go into this. It all ties back to ADHD. That's where it is. I think I have. And what that means isn't necessarily that I can't pay attention, but it's more so I pay attention to things that I don't want to pay attention to. Like, I can't choose what I pay attention to. And so sometimes that's sensations, like the way that my computer fan is wheezing right now. I hate it. Or sometimes that's the feeling of my skin touching my skin, like my toes touching each other. Ugh, I hate that, and I feel it right now because I'm thinking about it, but I'm gonna try not to, but I can't. But likewise, my deep thoughts of, like, if I had said this, would that have changed it? If I had done this, would it have done that? If I was this, would it have made you feel that way? You know, there's a lot of things in my head all the time, and I can't help it. I think a lot of thoughts about a lot of things, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Never stop thinking. Hello, it's Gamer. Welcome on in. So you're gonna make cry so deep. What happened, bro? Thought into bed. When I lay in my bed at night, I can't help but think, and it's so weird. There's so many thoughts that are all being thrown to waste because they don't get written down. I should write them down in all honesty, but I don't know what I would write. You know, my thoughts are really interesting. They're really big, but they're not going to go anywhere if I write them down. So, I don't know. This is like one of the only streams I enjoy because you actually interact and make it interesting. I'm glad. I'm happy that you feel that way because I never want to waste any of your guys' time. I never want to waste any time because time is short. That's the only thing that you will never be able to get more of. You can always have, you can always make more money. You can always play more games. You can always eat more food, but you will never, ever, ever get more time. And so by you guys choosing to spend your time here, I want to honor that by never wasting. I'm getting deep. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, that's the truth. That is the truth. I'm not banned here. With that being said, I will not be returning and stay off my feed. Second bit was a joke. Staying off the feed or what? Hang on. Been a long time since a poll. Oh, Siberian Husky or German Shepherd. Ooh. That is a really good poll. Let's make it. Also, half the women love King Ragnog. It's been stated, so I just want to make that well known. What was I writing? Right. Which dog breed is better? Okay. So we got Siberian Husky or the German Shepherd. I used to really want a German Shepherd. I really, really, really want a German Shepherd. I think I still would prefer a German Shepherd over a Husky, but Huskies are adorable. My brother-in-law used to have one. Very, very, very adorable dog. And he was cuddly at times, but he was very rough. Unfortunately, he never got used to being around kids, so he just couldn't. He couldn't provide the life that dog needed, and that dog was eventually, unfortunately, just it wasn't gonna be able to survive. How do I say this? It was eventually going to make a mistake that was going to make it not have a very long. And it wasn't his fault. He just wasn't going to be good around kids. So they found a home for him. But it was unfortunate that had to happen the way it did. Let's see. Hi, I'm God of Infinity Steve. Hello, Steve. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I want some tips to fall asleep. Make little stories. It works for me. I just let my mind do whatever. I turn on some music. Whatever turns on, and then I listen to my head. It's very empty at times, but usually it's not. Usually I just go in circles. It's interesting. It's very interesting. What are we doing? I am currently running in circles, and I don't know why. But I was building a pathway. That's what I was doing earlier today. Pi, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. I have a shepherd, and I used to have a husky. We didn't talk about what happened to Flashy Boy the husky. Did the one I sent work, or did you not use it? Hang on. Did you send something? I don't know what you sent. I'm sorry. I usually just think about things when I go to bed, like if I did something different, maybe something else would happen or something like that. Kind of like what you said. Yeah, absolutely. Oh boy, that's a topic and a half. Do I want to tackle that one? Okay, yeah, we'll tackle it. Sure, why not? So there are some things in life that are not done deals necessarily, but practically done deals, you know. And sometimes we can't help but wonder what would happen if it wasn't. And that you gotta be very careful about it. You can't let those thoughts eat you up and consume you in what would have been or what could have been or what should have been. But it's okay to think about that, and it's okay to go, you know, I regret that it didn't go that way. But the life I have now is infinitely better than what could have been, because what could have been could have also been infinitely worse. So I get that. I do get that. It's really cool. I'm glad that you can think like that as well. I'm glad to know I'm not crazy. Yo, Reg, I gotta go. See you next time. See you, Mountain. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you, dude. You're amazing. Thanks for being here. Exactly, yeah. I could go so much deeper into that one, but I don't think it's probably not a good idea for me to. Oh, the dog whimpers. That's cool. I know I should be doing things, but I'm just gonna run around for a couple more minutes. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I really want to tell you guys. Let's kind of recap, I guess. So we talked about vengefulness and why it's bad. It turns you into something you're not. It eats you up like a poison, in the wise words of Aunt May from The Amazing Spider-Man 1. Then we also talked about religion, which is like something we don't usually talk about, but we went really deep into it today, which was fun. I enjoy those conversations. We touched on a lot. I'm trying to think. Oh no, my brain. Okay, here's one. And this is probably like the last topic, and it's gonna be a really dark one, I'm sorry. But it's something I've been thinking about a little bit. So last night I was watching a movie. I didn't get to finish it, but I'm gonna finish watching it today. It's called Clouds. It's a movie based on a true story. And for those of you who may actually remember this, even, it was back in like 2012 that this happened. There was this boy, and he had cancer, and it was a very rare form of cancer. Very, very unfortunate what happened. But he had this dream of, you know, pursuing music, and he was given the diagnosis that he went terminal, and so he wasn't gonna be able to be cured. And it's very sad, but he goes and he pursues his career, and he does this with his best friend, and you know, the two of them, you know, they write a whole album or EP together. I don't remember. But they write a whole release, and I think he did a couple of concerts. And, you know, he ultimately ends up dying because that's how terminal cancer goes, unfortunately. But he lived a life full. And there was a different point I was going to make here, but one, live your life like you're dying. Because you know what? You are terminal. All of us here, we're terminal. Because there's one thing in common that all of us have here, or two. We're all going to die, and we're all going to pay taxes, okay? So live like you're going to die, because you are. And that's like a scary thought to some. But the second you come to terms with that and you go, you know what? I'm going to die. I'm going to do the things that I would have regretted had I not. Oh, man. Oh, man. Can that be something powerful? Been trying to do that my best for the last couple of weeks, and I think I'm doing okay. Really last 6 months, really. I've been trying to just hit the grind like I'm dying, because we're all dying very, very slowly. Beyond that, the other thing I wanted to say was you don't know what other people are going through. Like Clouds, everybody that sees the main character of that story, the actual boy, you know, they didn't always necessarily know what he was going to do, and who he was and what he was going through. Likewise, this is more darker, but one person that comes into mind from more recent times, I say recent, it was still 7 years ago, Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. You know, he sang about all this stuff, and he helped a lot of people through depression, but ultimately, you know, nobody knew the battle he was going through as well. And consider that whenever you talk to somebody, whenever you see somebody on the street, whenever you get cut off by that rude driver at that light, whenever you meet somebody online, you don't know what they're going through. It could be a very dark time in their life. It could be a very bright time in their life. But mourn with those who are mourning. Rejoice with those who are rejoicing. And share the life and the drink known as humanity with each other, because humanity can be quite lonely. But bring a couple friends along and share in your suffering, share in your triumphs, and life is pretty good. I just ended a relationship and I was sad at first, but when I started thinking at night about it, I realized it was a toxic relationship and she was bad for me. I'm not saying I regret it, but I do benefit from leaving it. I usually think about that kind of stuff all the time. That's super fair. I kind of vaguely know a little bit about something kind of like that. Not necessarily toxic, but that compassion. It kind of goes back to what I was saying. You don't know what other people are going through, but thinking compassionately about other people. We're going to snooze the ads. I'm going to try to wrap up this conversation before the next round of ads comes in, and then we'll wrap up stream. I know I said I had to go, but I joined back to say I was getting water and Valley went flying. Anyways, I got real now. All right, sounds good, Mountain Fear. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope you have a good rest. But yeah, think about what other people are up to. Think about what they're going through, and like you mentioned, that kind of goes around the same lines. Thinking about yourself, but I mean, I don't know if how you feel about her. You may still have feelings for her to some degree, and that's hard. But this is where love is really tested, because to love somebody even when you're not with them is one of the hardest things you can do, but it is the most truest form of love. To love somebody who maybe doesn't necessarily love you back, or they do love you back, but not in the same way, or they love you back, but they're bad for you, and you have to leave them to both of your credit. You gotta love yourself because it's bad for you, but you also gotta love them and say, I won't stay here and let you love me like this because it's hurting us. I can't be that person for you, and you can't be that person for me because we're bad for each other. And being able to recognize that and do that in full love is hard. The saying that comes to mind is, if you love someone, let them go, let them be free, and if they come back home to you, then it was meant to be. Or something roughly like that. I may have accidentally made it rhyme, but I think it was a rhyme. You know, I think ultimately that's kind of one of the important things of love, is being able to let it go and say, I'm here, and sure, I felt this way, and maybe I still do, but it's okay to let you go, because I want to see you thrive. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you become everything you ever wanted to be, and I want to see you with somebody that truly makes your world light up. And that's love fulfilled. That's love fulfilled. I can't think of a much better way to love somebody, because another song that comes to mind here, there's a song called what is it called? It's by 21 Pilots. Bullet for me, a bullet for them. I take a bullet for you, but I don't see many bullets coming through. The truth is, I'd live for you. I'd die for you, but to love somebody, it's weird. We all say we die for somebody, but we never say we'd live for somebody. That's where I'm trying to get at. I can't remember what the song is, and it's bothering me, so I'm gonna Google it really quick. Spotify. I die for you, that's easy to say. I die for you, that's easy to say. It's called Ride by 21 Pilots. Great song. It sounds a little nonsensical at first, but as you listen to the lyrics, you'll kind of understand its deeper meaning. But yeah, to die for somebody is one thing, but to live for somebody is another. And that's a very interesting thought process. Because you're not just saying, I'd give up my life for you, but I would devote my life for your memory. And that's like... that's an interesting thought. Get this guy on TED Talks, my new favorite streamer. I appreciate it. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Did I say Wednesday? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I stream a lot. This is all I do right now because I can't get a job. And I don't know why. I do a lot of talking. I'd be a great... I should get on TED Talks. Yeah, let's do it. I appreciate that, though. Seriously, dude. Thank you. The test of love is an Algebra 2 final exam. Yeah, because if x plus y... x plus y equals you and I. And if you and I equal an irrational number, I would say that's pretty good because love is pretty irrational at times. I don't know algebra very well, if you couldn't tell. Okay. I'm going to start wrapping things up here because I'm starting to lose my voice, and ads are going to kick in again, and I don't want to waste your guys' time. Because like I said, time is valuable. It's a treat. You only get so much, and when the ads roll, I'm actually going to be ready to end. So I'm going to start wrapping things up now, but I appreciate you all being here. YouTube, we're going to end you guys first. So if you guys want to, you can hop over to the Twitch channel, and we're going to be doing a raid, but you don't have to. I appreciate you guys nonetheless. But thank you, YouTube, so much. You all have been amazing. What the heck? I'm just now looking at the numbers. You're amazing. I don't like looking at numbers usually, but holy cow, we're at 1.03K. I just gained like 20 subscribers today. Thank you guys so much, though, YouTube. Bye-bye. I appreciate you. Bye-bye. Okay, YouTube's done. You guys, seriously, kicked it out of the park. Let me catch up on chat. Man, to think this deep conversation started from me asking if you had any Minecraft Bedrock mod recommendations is amazing. Yeah, I can't believe that. That's actually insane. I'm gonna use that line, be right back. Gonna land a Mega Babe. Hold on. Oh, did you use my algebra lines? I got you, dude. Here's the thing. I don't know much about algebra, but I know that you and I go together. Actually, okay, maybe you should say, I never learned my alphabet because I keep trying to put you and I next to each other. That's what you should say, okay? That's Riz. That's Riz complete, okay? If a girl doesn't fall for that, I don't know why. I don't know why they wouldn't, okay? That's all I'm saying. Riz. See, people think I have no Riz. I have all the Riz. I'm just so powerful that I feel like if I did use it, it would be mind control, okay? That's the only reason. That's the only one. I think this deep conversation, amazing, truly made my day. Much love, man. My new favorite streamer for real. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm glad that I could make your day a little brighter. Let's see who we can find for rating today. We're gonna make somebody else's day even better. Let's see who's live. Okay. Like I said, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesdays are usually a little later. day, but they're more fun. They're just Stardew streams. I just play Stardew Valley and we yap. It's a good time. Man, You know what? Let's go say hi to Eric. I've been really enjoying his streams. I didn't mean to pop in earlier, but I kind of ended up starting watching him, and he's a cool dude. So we're gonna watch Game Time with Eric. He's building a huge cathedral. I'm pretty sure it was featured on Minecraft.net. Like, I want to say that's where I saw it. He's a cool dude, though. I think you guys will like him. So hop in the raid, get some free champ points, meet a cool streamer along the way, and I will hopefully see you guys again later. Join all the things, the Discords, the YouTubes, the Twitches. I appreciate you guys, though, seriously. It's been a lot of fun. I will catch you all Monday. And, yeah, bye-bye.